Kevin Fetterman, and back judge.
We welcome you to Mustang Field, where the 2-2 Fountain Central Mustangs get set to battle the 0-1 Attica Red Ramblers. Along with Dale Carlson, I'm John Herrick. Thank you so much for joining us for another edition of High School Football on the ISC Sports Network. Tonight's game brought to you by Wintech, powered by Tipmont. Dale, let's begin with Attica. They have not been able to play a game since week 1, where they lost to Riverton Park 34-6. So with this long layoff, how do they get back into a groove tonight?
Well, that's going to be the challenge for them to get out there and be, game ready to play with only having one game under their belt, and then having all this off time. And we're going to talk here some switching some players around position-wise. It's definitely going to be a challenge for them. I'm sure that tonight they're going to just settle in, have a chance to get out and play. And my guess is these kids just want to play. And I think that, they're going to be ready to step up and play tonight.
When you look at Fountain Central, they are 2-2. They had won 2 games in a row, but they lost to Covington last week by a count of 48-12. What do they have to do to get back on the right track tonight? For them, it's going to be looking at their offense, really controlling the line of scrimmage, getting their 2 running backs going, Austin Pickett and Owen Acton, into the ball game. I think for them, they've got to be careful. They don't want to get into a trap situation thinking we've got a team that hasn't played for a while. Those types of ideas can come back and haunt you if you're not ready to step out and play from play one. When you look at Attica, 0-1 on the season. They only have 20 players on their roster. They have been dealing with a slew of COVID issues, contact tracing, and those kinds of things. And, of course, this is the second year these high school football kids in Indiana have been dealing with this. But this hits different for Attica. They never had to deal with anything like this last year. Yes, some COVID stuff, but nothing like this where you had to not been able to play a game for almost a month. Did you ever encounter anything like this when you were coaching? What kind of protocol is there for something like this?
There is none. I mean, it's kind of a learn as you go. It has been, I think, for both last season and this season. And probably the biggest key for Attica is with the number of players they have going both ways. How are they going to hold up in the game? It's a warm evening. Again, not having played for a couple of weeks, not being in game shape. Hopefully they can shorten the game a little bit and put the clock in their favor.
It's also homecoming at Fountain Central, and I think you know this from your coaching days, and probably as well as a lot of coaches do. Homecoming is just the night just hits different. The atmosphere is always fun. It's always interesting, but there can be some distractions if you're Fountain Central. How do you make sure you have fun with all the homecoming festivities, but also minimize those distractions?
Well, I used to tell the players that homecoming's for the alums. We're playing a football game tonight, so we better be focused on that, first and foremost, because for the team, it doesn't mean anything if you don't go out and play well and hopefully get a W. So I'm assuming the coaching staff has said, we'll worry about all those things after the game. We got a game to play tonight. Let the alums go have a good time during the game, yelling and cheering. We're going to play football.
It's also another hot night in Indiana. I don't think it's going to be anything like we saw week 1 where some games got delayed because of the heat, but temperatures were around 90 degrees today, so these kids are going to be playing in some heat. Did you guys do anything when you were coaching to make sure your players stayed cool and make sure they weren't bothered by it?
Well, it'd be nice if they had fans or those sorts of things on the sidelines, but I don't think we're going to see that. You just got to keep them hydrated. Water is your friend. Gatorade's your friend, and so just keep drinking fluids as much as you can in between series. I mean, it's possible we could see them stop a little bit maybe to do some water breaks because both teams will have a lot of players going both ways, but that's on the officials. But as a coach, get hydrated, keep drinking, stay off your feet when you're not in the game, and then, play as hard as you can, one play at a time.
Also, one thing we don't know a lot about Attica is what they look like this year because they've only played one game, but we know they have 8 starters back on their offensive side from last year's team, 9 starters back from their defensive side for this year's team. What do you think that does for team chemistry, or does it do anything considering you haven't played a game in 3 weeks?
Well, having players back that have experience is very, very important because at least they know they've been there, they've played in games. Now, this is new territory as it is for a lot of schools, but I think that having the experience hopefully gets Attica in a position where they can step up and be competitive tonight.
All right, now we've got Both teams are on the field and ready to go in this one. Fountain
Zach
Central
Black set to
is the
kick.
team in blue on your screen. Attica is the team in white. We start off with a squib kick here that Fountain Central is able to quickly
Onside
recover
kick is
at their own
covered by the
40-yard
Mustangs. They'll
line.
take
Nicely
over
done there
first
on
and
the
10 at
recovery
about the
by
40-yard
Waylon
line.
Frazee, sophomore running back who is 5'8", 140 pounds. So the Fountain Central offense lines up like this. They go with Isaac Heyman, Luke Foxworthy, Emmanuel Baradas, Eli Thompson, and Caven Brown on the offensive line. The wide receivers are Isaac Gaylor, Lane Lynch, and Brian Chirinos. The running backs are Dawson Blue and Austin Pickett. You'll see Owen Acton in there as well. And the quarterback is A.J. Hall for Fountain Central. We'll get to the defense of Attica right after this play, after A.J. Hall takes the snap. Floats this out to Acton, who drops it, and they say immediately an incomplete pass. So
Pass
that brings up
intended for
second
Acton
down
is incomplete,
and 10.
brings up
A
second
little
down.
swing pass out to the running back. Didn't look like there was a lot of, almost like Hall was trying to just aim it instead of throw it in there. It was dropped, and so we end up with a 2nd and 10.
So for Attica's defense, they line up with 3 defensive linemen, 4 linebackers as well. And we'll get to that after this quick play. Throw out to the right, and it's tipped up into the air. Might have been intercepted, and yes, they are. They say it is picked off
Pass is
by
intended
Dane
by-
Goris. Thought the ball might have hit the
intercepted by
grass at
Dane
first, but
Goris.
Dane Goris, off the deflection, intercepts
Ramblers
that
will take
ball.
over at the
It was a great
Fountain
interception by
Central
Goris to be able to
49-yard
come
line.
up with the deflection, control it all the way down. Hall was forced to throw a little early. I believe it was the outside linebacker from the field that brought pressure. He was unblocked. Hall had to get rid of it, and we have Attica ball, 1st and 10. Big turnover for them to start the game.
All right, so Bradley Britt is your starting quarterback. The fullback is Zach Black. Wide receivers are Hayden Galloway and Dane Goris. On the offensive line, it is Seth Miller, Hunter Smith, Eli French, Ashton Squirrick, and Jamare Johnson at right tackle. Bo Rice is the tight end. Handoff going right side is to Zach Black. He tries to turn the corner on 1st and 10 and does not get much there.
So Attica brought over a little motion to try and
Black
get some
on the
extra
carry,
numbers on the
tackled by
outside
Zach
zone play.
Guerin.
Looked like he was about ready to break it. Unfortunately, Black got the shoestring tackle, was only able to pick up a yard.
And that's 2nd down and 9 for Attica from the Fountain Central 48-yard line. Fountain Central has Eli Thompson, Emmanuel Baradas, and Isaac Heyman on the defensive line. Dawson Blue, Luke Foxworthy, Zach Guerin, and Owen Acton are the linebackers. Handoff running left this time is Black again. Black bowing forward to the 45, picking up 4. That makes it 3rd and 5, and on the tackle for Fountain Central, Luke Foxworthy.
Attica comes
Black
back
on the
with the
carry,
same
tackled
motion,
by
runs inside
Foxworthy.
zone play. You can see Fountain Central is putting almost 9 people up to the line of scrimmage. I think they assume that Attica is going to run the football. Bradley Britt played wide receiver in their only game and has not attempted a pass. So it'll be interesting to see what their call is here on 3rd and 5.
One thing Fountain Central coach Ryan Hall told us during the week was we've only seen him play a scrimmage and a game before this and nothing else. We just got to focus on what we do, and looks like what they did right there is just jump off sides as a flag comes down. That is what the officials are signaling. But before that, a timeout called by Attica. So that is our first timeout of the half. Your referees tonight, by the way, Rob Couch, Brody Terpstra, Robert Morris, Kevin Fetterman, and
Timeout,
Cody
Attica.
Philibom. Those are the crew members that you see working tonight.
So Attica motion, instead of doing the long motion from the receiver, motion him into the backfield. We'll have to see if going forward that's going to be for a little extra pass protection for Bradley Britt, since he hasn't
Want to
attempted a pass
recognize the chain
yet
gang
this
tonight.
this
Jason
season.
Davis,
So
Derek
that could be something to
Jackson,
look forward
Randy
look for
Hollis,
as we
and
move
Dave
forward tonight.
Sims.
Fountain Central's defense, the rest of it, the men in the secondary, Lane Lynch, Jared McCarthy, Isaac Gaylor, and Austin Pickett. And the rest of the defense for Attica, we did not get to them. Those guys, mostly guys that play on offense too, also play on defense. It's Miller, French, Johnson, and Squirrick on the defensive line. Black, Smith, and Rice are your linebackers. The men in the secondary are Goris, who got the interception earlier, Galloway, Kyle Stamper, and Britt is also one of the corners. 3rd and 5 for Attica. They are at the Fountain Central 45-yard line. Britt trying the hard count, handoff, Black, and he's shy of the first down, but makes it 4th down and 3, but we'll see what they decide to
Black
do
on
on
the carry,
4th down. One of the men there on the stop,
El
Emmanuel
Jefe
Bardas.
and
Ran a little
Luke
inside
Foxworthy.
isolation play. Attica was able to take their wing, try and lead up to get that extra blocker in there for Black, and they're going to go for it here on 4th down.
All right, they spread it out. One receiver to the right, one to the left. Well, they might be lining up in what looks like an offensive formation, but dropping back everybody else. Rice comes in motion, ends up being a pooch punt by Britt, and it rolls out of bounds. So not a great punt. Trying to fool Fountain Central a little bit into thinking
Black
they were
on the
going
punt
for it,
for
and
Attica.
Fountain Central gets the ball back. So
Ball is
Attica
down
makes
at
a key
about,
defensive play, but
31
just
yard
couldn't
line
get
where the
anything going after the
Mustangs take
interception.
Yeah, well, they fooled me too because I thought they were going for it there for a minute. Fountain Central got great pressure up the middle, almost blocked that last punt.
So Fountain Central is starting this drive from their own 33, a couple of minutes into the game here in the first quarter. A.J. Hall back to work at quarterback. Brian Chirinos in there as a wide receiver, as well as Isaac Gaylor. He's got Austin Pickett to his right. Looks like Attica showing blitz. Pitch on the inside, nothing doing. Attica is all over it, and they knock him down for a loss of 3. First man in for the Red Ramblers, Ashton Squirrick.
So Fountain Central attempted a little inside shovel pass. That's always a nice little play to try to run because if it does get dropped, it's an incomplete pass. Fountain Central was Attica was all over that. Tremendous penetration. 3-4 people in the backfield. Negative yardage play.
So 2nd and 13 from the 28-yard line. High snap. Hall fires down the sideline, has a man open, catch is made. Austin Pickett, down he goes, right around midfield at the 49-yard line. Gain of 23 and a first down for Fountain Central.
Austin Pickett's the leading receiver for Fountain
Good for a
Central.
first
They
down.
ran a little
Tackle made
post
by
wheel
Bo
route
Rice.
with Pickett coming out of the backfield. Excellent throw by Hall. Allows them to pick up some big yards and a first down.
Could that be the spark that gets the Mustangs going? Wide to the left goes Lane Lynch. Hall sends Brian Chirinos in motion and takes the snap. Handoff, nothing doing. Loss of 1 on that carry. Excellent tackle made by Jamare Johnson as Austin Pickett was stood
Acting
up.
on the carry.
Fountain Central went to a little
Tackled by
two-back look,
Johnson.
hadn't done that so far, trying to run the zone read play. Handoff was there and no blocking up front. Loss of 1, 2nd and 11.
And Jared McCarthy just checked into the game for Fountain Central. See what they can do here from midfield. Chirinos is lining up in the slot to the left. Now he comes in motion. Hall rolling, in trouble. Hit as he throws, ball knocked down. Attica trying to say it's a fumble, but it's not. Incomplete. And it's 3rd down and 10.
Fountain Central's giving a lot of formational looks here for Attica to
Mustangs.
try to adjust to, and I think that's a pretty smart thing. You talk about playing a team that hasn't played for a few weeks, and now you come out, give them a lot of different formations to look at, trying to force Attica to make the adjustment. So far, Attica's done pretty good. They've got Fountain Central 3rd and long. I'm sure it's not a situation they want to be in, being behind the chains like this.
About 10 minutes to play in the opening quarter. This is Fountain Central's 2nd drive of the game. Hall empties it out here and fires. Pass is high, but it's hauled in and caught by Lane Lynch. Lane going and then knocked down after picking up the first down. Gain of 16, moved the chains for Fountain Central.
That was an excellent throw by A.J. Hall.
Tackle by Dane
Lynch looked
Goris.
like he was covered, which he was, but that ball was thrown to his outside number away from the defender. Hall was able to, Lynch was able to not only make the catch, but because of the ball placement, he was able to turn himself upfield, pick up some extra yards, get a first down.
So 1st and 10 for Fountain Central from the Attica 34-yard line. This is the 6th play of the drive for Fountain Central. They're 2-2, trying to get above 500. Attica looking for their first win of the season. Snap, handoff to Austin Pickett this time. Pickett with a nice gain as he turns the corner, gets inside the 30, close to the sticks. They spot him at the 27, so that's a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down and 3.
So that was the zone read play again out of the two-back look. Pickett's a pretty explosive player. He's not only averaging 5.6 yards a carry, but he's also their leading receiver. That was a really nice gain, nice run by Pickett, great blocking up front.
Jamari Johnson in on the tackle for Attica. Coming wide to the right this time, Isaac Gaylor. And they go with more of a bunch set around the line of scrimmage. Hall in trouble. Flush, takes off and runs. He's at the 25-20 in the red zone, and down he goes at the 17-yard line. That is a gain of 10 and a first down for the Mustangs.
A.J. Hall was looking for that post-wheel combination. This time, instead of bringing the wheel route out of the backfield, it was a slot receiver to the left. Attica covered it pretty well this time. Hall had to pick up, and it's interesting. Hall, for the season, has minus 29 yards rushing, so that's a big run by him. If Attica can't control Hall running the ball, it could be a long night.
Looks like they had it well contained for a moment, but then he was able to escape free. Hall with Pickett to his left. Gives to, actually instead of Pickett this time, that's Owen Acton. And Acton slithers ahead, picking up 5. That makes it
Acton
second down and 5 as he gets to the 12.
Ran a little inside zone play, nice cutback by Acton, reading off the block of the center and the left guard, is able to pick up 5 yards. We can see Fountain Central is doing a pretty good job in the run game right now, controlling the line of scrimmage.
This drive for Fountain Central started back on their own 31. Now they are in the red zone. And Hall goes by himself this time. He takes the snap and pitches it to Pickett. Pickett able to find room. He's at the 10, turns the corner, and he is in the end zone for a touchdown. And that was actually Brian Chirinos. Chirinos runs it free for a score. Chirinos scores from 12 yards out to get Fountain Central on the board first.
That's that little forward shovel pass again. Of course, it's jet sweep action. Really just running an outside zone in terms of the blocking. Shovel the ball forward, and excellent speed to the edge. And Fountain Central is able to take the early lead.
Around 8 minutes to play in this first quarter. And Chirinos is lining up to kick this extra point. The snap is good. The kick, a little bit wobbly as it got out of there, but it's up through the uprights. And Fountain Central has a 7-0 lead over Attica. Attica gets the ball when we come back on the ISC Sports Network.
WinTech, powered by Tipmont, is building the future in Linden and New Richmond. We offer 3 easy and affordable packages with superior reliability, customer service, and unlimited usage. Order service today and get free installation at join.wintech.com. WinTech, powered by Tipmont, is building the future in Battleground. We offer 3 easy and affordable packages with superior reliability, customer service, and no data caps. Get a free Roku when you sign up today at join.wintech.com.
Defining Looks is a full-service wig and hair salon. We offer shampoo, cut, color, and styling for wigs and hair. Whether your situation is medical or cosmetic, our goal is to help you every step of the way in this emotional process. Let Defining Looks help you create your signature look. Schedule a consultation at defininglooks.com. Defining Looks, located on Sagamore Parkway North, next to Home Depot.
.533 on the clock in the first quarter after that touchdown by Brian Chirinos off a 12-yard pass from A.J. Hall. 9 plays, 69-yard scoring drive. And Chirinos gets his right leg into this one. That one is heading toward the end zone where it bounces for a touchback. So Attica takes over first and 10 from their own 20. You can see the disappointment there on Zach Black's face. Looked like he wanted to take it out and run with it. By the way, tonight's game brought to you by WinTech, powered by Tipmont. We believe building relationships turns our passion for technology into solutions that help you reach your potential today, tomorrow, and in the future. To see our residential services and business solutions, be sure to visit wintech.com. Attica going to work from their own 20-yard line. They had the ball off of an interception earlier in this quarter, but had to punt on a 3-and-out. Let's see how they do this time with Bradley Britt flipping it to Black. Black tries to move ahead, and he got just beyond the line of scrimmage, where he got dropped for a 1-yard gain by Owen Acton, 2nd down and 9 from the 21.
Little toss sweep action there to the weak side of the formation. Acton did a great job diagnosing that, getting over the top, and making a tackle for a little gain.
Attica trying to settle into a groove here. Their head coach, by the way, Theron Schmidt, 5-4 in his second year coaching Attica. He graduated from Attica in 2001, where he was also the quarterback of the team. So this place near and dear to him. Handoff Black, trying to turn the corner, unable to do so. In fact, they mark him down at the 18 for a loss of 3. That makes it 3rd and 12.
Brought some, again, deep motion into the backfield, ran a little off-tackle zone play. Not a lot there. The Fountain Central defensive line is kind of taking control here right now and puts Attica now behind the chains, 3rd and long.
Lane Lynch, first guy in on the stop for Fountain Central. Bradley Britt went over to the sideline to get the play from his head coach. Fountain Central's head coach, Ryan Hall, by the way, been there 4 years, 9-22 overall, 44-52 in 10 years overall. Back to pass goes Britt, and down he goes.
Brought a little overload blitz to the weak side. Attica wasn't able to pick that up. They had 2 free runners coming off the edge. It's tough to stand back there and pass when you have 2 people coming free.
And he did the smart thing there by just falling on it. Now it's 4th down and forever, as they have to punt it away from the 10-yard line, where Zach Black is also the punter. And right before he can get the punt away, Attica will use
their second
a timeout. And while they do that, we'll keep it right here and remind you that Query and Schultz are moving to Mondays. Check out the guys on their new day and time, Monday nights at 7:30 p.m. to catch up on the Colts, the Pacers, and much more. You don't want to miss it. Query and Schultz on Mondays at 7:30 right here on the ISC Sports Network. Along with Dale Carlson, I'm John Herrick. Thank you for joining us. We are at Fountain Central tonight, Mustang Field. Fountain Central and Attica both coming off of losses, trying to get back into the swing of things. Both these teams in the Wabash River Conference. So this is a conference game too here, Dale, and when it's a conference game, even more is on the line. What all goes into conference battles?
Well, you hate to lose a conference game here, especially early in the season. And for Attica, the fact that they've already lost some games because of the pandemic, getting a win tonight is going to be critical for their future if they want to try and contend at all for a conference championship.
So Zach Black standing back around his own goal line to punt this one away. It is 4th and 19. And he bobbles it, picks it back up, able to get it away. It bounces outside the 40 and takes an Attica bounce near midfield.
Fountain Central decided to set up a punt return this time and not go after it as they did on the first punt, which was really a good for Attica, as the bobbled snap there without the rush allowed Black to have a chance to recover the ball and get a pretty decent punt, push Fountain Central back.
Yeah, it was 38 yards on the punt, no return. Fountain Central gets it, though, at the Attica 48-yard line, already ahead, 7-0. 1st and 10 for A.J. Hall and company. Hall at quarterback with the man in motion. That is Chirinos. And he hands this one off to Acton. Acton motors his way ahead inside the 45 to the 43, picking up 6. And that makes it 2nd down and 4.
Acting on the carry,
Fountain Central's offensive line doing a great job on this outside zone play for Acton to pick up his 6 yards. Bo Rice did a pretty good job for Attica trying to force it back inside. Unfortunately, he didn't get any help from his inside linebackers and allowed the 6-yard gain.
Zach Guerin in the game at wide receiver. He goes wide to the left. Chirinos comes in motion again. Hall slings it, and it's dropped.
So he tried to kind of give you
Pass
that
intended for
curl
Acton is
or a
incomplete,
post
brings up third
instead of
down
the
for
wheel
the
route this
Mustangs.
time, just trying to throw a little swing pass on the outside to Acton. And again, throw was down a little bit low. Acton couldn't come up with it, so it's incomplete. We've got third down.
So 3rd and 4 after the incompletion. Isaac Gaylor coming into the ball game. He lines up wide to the right here for Fountain Central. This time, the handoff goes to Pickett. Pickett breaks loose. He's at the 30. He may go 20, 15, 10. Breaks off a tackler, and he scores. What a run there by Austin Pickett. That is a 43-yard touchdown scamper to make it 13-0 Fountain Central.
Again, just a little inside zone play. Had a reverse fake coming behind it. We have to watch for that later in the game. And, again, once he broke the line of scrimmage, there was nobody left. One opportunity for a tackle. Pickett broke it and put himself in the end zone. And Fountain Central's up 13-0.
And it's Austin Pickett's second rushing touchdown of the season. His longest rush before that was 38 yards. That 43-yard one makes it his longest of the season. Chirinos' extra point is perfect. And Fountain Central, with time winding down here in the first quarter, they now lead by 2 scores. You're watching high school football on the IHSAA Sports Network.
48-yard touchdown drive that took 51 seconds for the Mustangs.
Hi, I'm Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And of course, we do the incredibly creatively and appropriately named Query and Schultz program every Monday on IHSAA Sports Network. Derek, it airs at what time?
7:30.
Okay, every Monday at 7:30. We're now on season number 2, and if history tells us anything, catch us now because you never know when they pull the plug on it.
Why would you say that?
Because it's happened
That's not
before.
going to happen here. Comcast, Xfinity 81, IHSASportsNetwork.com, IHSAA Sports Network, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, so many places to watch Query and Schultz, 7:30 on Monday.
Have you heard? Titmont and Wintech have joined forces to build a stunningly fast fiber optic internet service with no data caps and the best customer service from a company you know and trust. Sign up today and follow our progress at join.wintech.com.
That drive took 1 minute, 18 seconds off the clock, 48 yards, 3 plays. Austin Pickett runs it in from 43 yards out, and Chirinos comes out for the kickoff from the 40. Puts his right leg into it. It is a beauty, but this time it's playable for Zach Black just outside the goal line, and he pitches it back to Bowden Rice. Rice turns it upfield inside the 20, and he's brought down at about the 24-yard line. Good tackle on special teams made by Dawson Blue, and that is where Attica will take over, and they're behind the 8 ball on this one, Dale. How do they get things turned around?
Well, it's going to start by controlling the line of scrimmage. They really have lost control there. Haven't been able to gain any yards rushing the football. It's all been all Fountain Central right now on the line of scrimmage.
So Attica starts it from their own 23, just over 2 minutes to play in quarter number 1. Handoff to Black, nothing doing. And that Fountain Central defense all over that play. Owen Acton was there first. Second down and 11.
It's like Fountain Central's trying to key the motion that Attica is running. Attica came in motion towards the screen there, and you could see both the inside and outside linebackers of Fountain Central were ready to trigger on the run blitz right there, and they were able to make the plays.
Going wide to the left this time, Dane Goris at wide receiver. He already has an interception tonight on defense. Ball is lost. It's fumbled, but by Britt, and Britt picks it up, and then he gets buried. But at least he was able to hang on to the ball, 3rd and long.
And, that's one of those things about not having played a live game. It's one thing to practice and get your practice reps, but without really being in a game situation, sometimes either the center doesn't get the ball up, quarterback pulls out too quickly. But I think that's that lack of gameplay for the Attica team leading to that fumble.
Luckily, he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, but it's still 3rd and 11. And Attica has been hesitant to attempt passes tonight, have not done it yet. They try to here. And Britt is in trouble, being chased, tries to escape out of it, takes off and runs. He's at the 30, and he is run out of bounds. It depends on the spot. They give him all the way out to the 39-yard line. That is a pickup of 17 by Bradley Britt.
There's a 5-man pressure by Fountain Central. Unfortunately, they lost contain outside on the quarterback. You can see why Britt is the leading rusher coming into this game for Attica. And right there he showed some wheels, getting to the outside, up the sideline, getting the first down.
Britt's got Bowden Rice to his right. Black is the tailback. There goes Rice in motion, gives it to Rice. Rice tries to break free and cannot. Brought down at the line of scrimmage for no gain. The first two guys were Luke Foxworthy and Owen Acton, 2nd and 10.
Trying to run a little jet sweep play, and Acton and was able to, again, from his linebacker spot, read that, came over, scraped over the top. Again, not getting decent blocks at the line of scrimmage. Attica is really struggling right here to get anything going running the football besides that scramble that Britt had on the play before. So far, it's been all Fountain Central up front.
We are nearing the end of the first quarter. Attica trying to get something done before the end of it. Flag flies, handoff, Black. Black gets to the 40 for a gain of 1 for the moment. We'll see what the flag is all about.
I think it was an illegal shift. The motion man wasn't set long enough before he went in motion.
Foxworthy and Guerin.
Well, look at you, Mr. Carlson. Right on top of it.
Well, every now and then I get one right with the officials. More of the time, they didn't like the calls that I was making.
So that backs him up 5 yards. It'll make 3rd and 11, 3rd and 16. Unless they decline the penalty. Okay.
Yeah, good call there. Decline the penalty, put him 4th down, get him to punt the football back. Again, just another sign of not having played a game. We get an illegal shift penalty. Didn't really hurt him here in this situation, but it does force him to punt the ball.
It is something that Coach Theron Schmid talked to both you and I about this week, about the inexperience of his team was something he was very concerned about, because just the lack of playing time. They've only played 1 game. Fountain Central's played 4, and he was very worried about how that would play into effect here. And right now, it is definitely showing it to be exactly the case. As that takes us to the end of the first quarter. After 1, Fountain Central 14, Attica nothing. You're watching high school football on the ISC Sports Network.
A reminder to everyone that tonight.
Power. We all want it. We all need it. It not only lights our homes, but it drives our businesses. It strengthens our communities. It empowers us to make our own decisions. Today, we're giving power to more than 22,000 members. We're a homegrown, locally based cooperative that does something the big electric companies won't: give safe, affordable, and reliable power to rural communities. We're Tipmont REMC, and our members have the power.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
I'm supposed to. I thought I should. I guess,
Hey, Elijah.
Second quarter about to start. Attica and Fountain Central in action tonight from Veedersburg, Indiana. At Mustang Field, we change sides to begin the second quarter. Along with Dale Carlson, I'm John Herrick. Thank you for joining us on the ISC Sports Network. Attica's had some good things going early, but unfortunately for them, they've also struggled defensively. They've given up 2 drives, a 12-yard touchdown pass and a 43-yard touchdown run. And apparently it is 3rd down. I thought they declined that penalty right before the break, and they apparently decided not to. So here we are on 3rd down and long. Taking off with it is Bradley Britt, and he has nowhere to go, and now we know for sure it is definitely fourth down.
I think the referee screwed us all up right there because he definitely gave the closed fist fourth down call there. And you're right, it was supposed to be, that was the third down play. Again, pressure up front. Attica's really struggling on the line of scrimmage right now.
So Britt remains in the game. Now they've lined up with most of their offensive players on special teams. Zach Black is the punter. But, of course, if you're the defending team, you always got to be wary of what they could do here. It's a low snap. Black digs it out of there and booms a beauty. That one bounces inside the 25 to the 20, and it rolls to the 17-yard line where it is downed by Bowden Rice. So a nice punt there by Zach Black.
Attica punt was
but
down
Fountain Central
by
takes over,
Bowden
and
Rice.
they lead by 2 scores. And if you're Fountain Central here, Dale,
Mustangs will take
you definitely
over
don't want to be
first and
taking your
10.
foot off the gas. What do they look to do here offensively?
Well, it seems like their plan right now has been to run the football. A couple of passes that they have completed. One long pass up the field and that little curl route. But I think they're going to stay multiple and just try to mix it up, run and pass. But they're going to work to try and dominate the line of scrimmage.
43-yard punt there, no return. Snap to Hall. He fires it deep, down the sideline, catch made, but was he in bounds? They say he was. Lane Lynch was able to get. Well, I guess they say it wasn't. Okay, so one official definitely came in and said catch. Another one came over and overruled him and said no catch, so it's 2nd and 10 from the 17.
They had one-on-one coverage out there on the outside with a little blitz off the boundary. Hall was able to see it. Fortunately, put the ball outside just a little bit too wide. Sometimes that happens. One official sees the feet, one sees the hands.
Hall this time has Acton to his left. Hall hit as he throws, but has a man wide open. That's Chirinos for a first down. At the 30, run out of bounds finally at the 31-yard line. The two guys who finally rode him down were Black
Chirinos
and Hayden Galloway, but that is
Black.
a nice gain for a first down, 14 yards.
That was a nice pass by Hall on the sprint out action. They ran just a little two-man flood route. One high, one low, and Hall had some pressure in his face there. It was one of the first times that Attica has really gotten some pressure, but Hall did a nice job hanging in there, getting the football out, and big play.
Lane Lynch back in the game. Chirinos moving in the slot to the left this time. Hall has Acton to his right. There goes Chirinos in motion. Inside handoff. That is Pickett. And Pickett gets blasted at the 33-yard line. Nice tackle made by Attica's Jamari Johnson.
That was the same zone run that Pickett had for the long touchdown. Again, Fountain Central brought some motion deep in the backfield. We got to again look for the reverse potentially off of that. Fountain Central or Attica did a decent job here defending the run. That may have been one of the shorter run gains for Fountain Central tonight.
Gain of 2, 2nd and 8, early stages of the second quarter. It's been all Fountain Central so far. Hall takes the snap, pressure comes, throws on a nice little screen play to Owen Acton, and Acton gets to the 41 for a gain of 8, and they are marking it right at the stick, so he gets exactly what he needs for the first down.
Nice little play call on the screen. They did get some pressure on the last pass completion. Attica did, so Coach dialed up the screen pass here. Acton almost broke that tackle. If he would have, I don't think there would have been anybody else between him and the goal line.
Hayden Galloway coming over to make the tackle, and it was actually a pretty good tackle that he made, because if he didn't, it would have gone a long way. One man jumped across, but then got back over in time. Here's Pickett again. Pickett with another big run. 40, 30, down the sideline. Could Pickett score again? No, he's pulled down from behind, and this is likely a horse collar tackle that will be called on Zach Black, but another huge gain by Pickett and a first down for Fountain Central.
I'm surprised they didn't call offsides there and blow the play dead when Attica jumped, but again, Pickett on that zone play, that inside zone play. Again, it's those big hogs up front doing a great job controlling the line of scrimmage, and you're right, there was that horse collar tackle there at the end. You hate to you don't want to give up a touchdown, but you also hate to see somebody get horse collar down. Somebody could get hurt with that type of tackle.
Call is horse collar against the Red Ramblers.
So he got all the way to the Attica 14-yard line.
To the goal.
So it's a 45-yard run, and then it'll be probably half the distance to the goal with the horse collar tackle penalty. So the referee coming over, and he is picking up the ball, so that moves it to the 7-yard line. So 1st and goal for Fountain Central from the Attica 7. A.J. Hall and Owen Acton were trying to figure out what the play call was, motioning something over toward the sideline. Pickett is in there to the right. Hall rolling, in trouble, and down he goes. Good pursuit by the Attica defense as he is tackled at the 6. He was able to gain a yard, and it's 2nd and goal. Tackle on the run there by Galloway.
It looked like Hall was looking for Pickett on a slant route there, didn't have him, and so just tried to get back to the line of scrimmage. You saw us tell our quarterbacks, if it's not there, get back to the line of scrimmage if you can. We don't want to have negative yardage plays. And Hall did a good job there, just getting back and giving him a chance on 2nd down.
All right, so Fountain Central now using a timeout as we are nearing the midway point of the 2nd quarter. Tonight's broadcast brought to you in part by Sozo U Natural Health. Sozo U provides natural health, consultations, products, and services to our clients. It is our mission to equip our clients with natural health options to help them achieve their health goals. Located in Crawfordsville, you can like us on Facebook or find more information at sozou.com.
It looked like Fountain Central was having a little trouble there with that last play call. I don't know if that is what caused the timeout to be called, try and get their signals straight so that they can get down here and execute the 2nd down play here in the red zone.
So let's be both coaches here. If you're Fountain Central, what do you think your next play is going to be offensively?
Well, I'm thinking, okay, we tried to pass on 1st down. We've been dominating the line of scrimmage. To me, I'm going to try and get the ball into Acton again and see if we can just knock one in right now. The way that Fountain Central's been playing on the line of scrimmage, Acton 3 more times and see if we can get a touchdown out of it.
Hall empties it out. Chirinos to his left. Pitch to Chirinos, who's already made it to the end zone once, trying to get in a 2nd time, bouncing off defenders, reaches for the goal line.
Chirinos on the carry for
and he is in for the
touchdown.
Wasn't quite sure if he had crossed the line at first, but now they say he did. Chirinos, what athleticism he is displaying tonight, Dale.
Well, that little tap pass, even though it goes down in the scorebook as a completed pass and a touchdown throw, that's really just an outside zone play. Again, blocked very well. Chirinos did a nice job breaking the tackle. Gets himself in the end zone for a touchdown.
And he's also, of course, the place kicker too. So Ani comes for the point after try. Snap good, hold good, pressure coming. Chirinos, though, able to knock it through the uprights. Fountain Central enjoying every part of this homecoming night for them as they now lead by 3 scores. Back in a moment on the ISC Sports Network.
Touchdown capped a 7-play, 83-yard drive.
WinTech, powered by Tipmont, is building the future in Linden and New Richmond. We offer 3 easy and affordable packages with superior reliability, customer service, and unlimited usage. Order service today and get free installation at join.wintech.com. WinTech, powered by Tipmont, is building the future in Battleground. We offer 3 easy and affordable packages with superior reliability, customer service, and no data caps. Get a free Roku when you sign up today at join.wintech.com.
Defining Looks is a full-service wig and hair salon. We offer shampoo, cut, color, and styling for wigs and hair. Whether your situation is medical or cosmetic, our goal is to help you every step of the way in this emotional process. Let Defining Looks help you create your signature look. Schedule a consultation at defininglooks.com. Defining Looks, located on Sagamore Parkway North, next to Home Depot.
A 7-play, 83-yard scoring drive for Fountain Central. 2:27 off the clock. Brian Chirinos catches a 6-yard pass from A.J. Hall. And Fountain Central extends their lead to 21-0. Chirinos with the kickoff from the 40. Black is able to play it from the 5 and then hand it off to Rice, or he faked it anyway. He faked it to Rice this time and runs up to just shy. They'll probably give him the 20-yard line. That is a return of 15 yards, and Chirinos came down to make the tackle, but he is down on the field. He appears to be injured.
Chirinos and Pig.
So Fountain Central sends out the trainer.
For the Mustangs.
And this would be a very tough loss for the Fountain Central Mustangs if he cannot continue.
Yeah, Chirinos not only doing an excellent job from his receiver spot here, but also their kickoff and extra point and field goal player. That would be a very tough loss here for Fountain Central. Kind of looked like they got away with one there too. I think they were offsides on that kickoff and they didn't get the call. But that's a shame. You hate to see anybody go down, but a very valuable player for Fountain Central is injured, and it looked like he was really hurting there when the trainers came out.
And then, of course, Attica, for them, this allows them to have some extra time here to figure out what they're going to do offensively. Granted, they have been apprehensive about passing the football, but now you're down 21-0. You've got to find a way to open it up. What do they have to do in order to do that?
Well, again, it's all going to start up front. If they can't provide any pass protection, it's going to be difficult for them to throw the football. I think you have to give it a shot, but they do have a good athlete standing back there in Bradley Britt. He already showed once on a scramble. He's able to make some things happen running the football. I don't know if they've got a quarterback draw in their repertoire right now. That might not be a bad thing to pull out, but it's got to start up front. Now, hopefully this break here for them at least allows them also to catch their breath with all those players going both ways.
And it looks like Chirinos helped up under his own power, which is a great thing to see. Chirinos had not scored a touchdown, by the way, until tonight, and he has scored twice this evening. So that is definitely a feather in the cap there for the senior. And back to work goes Bradley Britt and the rest of the Attica offense. We are just inside the 8-minute mark of the second quarter. Attica has it 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Sends Black in motion. Black takes this pitch, and down he goes in the backfield for a loss of a yard. Second down and 11 on the pursuit for the Mustangs. That time, Caden Garrett.
So Attica ran fullback in motion, tried to run a little toss sweep where they could out-leverage the defensive line, which they were able to do, but great play by the secondary for Fountain Central, was able to come up, make the tackle for a loss of 1.
And the hard part is here, too, for Attica. They only have 20 players on their roster, so it's not like they can empty out a bunch of reserve players or just try to find something going because their bench isn't all that deep. Britt rolling, tries to tuck and run, and the Fountain Central defense saw that coming, and they swallow him up back at the 11 for an 8-yard loss on the sack. Credit Zach Guerin and a slew of others.
Yeah, I think the lack of gameplay for Attica is starting to show up here. You can see that their offensive linemen aren't coming off the ball real hard right now. Of course, they're all playing both ways, and Fountain Central was just able to get immense penetration on that last play and take Britt down for a big loss, putting him in a 3rd and a mile.
That is a loss of 8. That makes it 3rd down and 19. Britt with the handoff to Black. Black gets some of that lost yardage back to the 15-yard line and dives down there where he is tripped up on the run by Isaac Heyman.
Yeah, Britt faked the jet sweep there, handed it back to Black for about a 5-yard gain. Trying to get something positive here, give him a few more yards to punt the football out here.
So Black is on to punt it away. Black's had a couple of good punts tonight. This one rolls towards midfield. Pickett was wondering, should I pick it up? And he decided not to, as it drops at the
Ball's down on the
48-yard line.
48-yard line.
Probably a good decision for Pickett not to try and pick
By
that
the
one up. That's
Ramblers,
where you
the Mustangs take over first and
potentially
10.
give the ball back to Attica and give them some life here in the second quarter.
6:45 to play in the second quarter. That was a 33-yard punt, no return. But yet again, fantastic position to start a drive for Fountain Central. This time they are at the Attica 48-yard line. Hall slings it, and that catch is hauled in by Lynch. Lynch diving forward to the 40-yard line. That's enough for a first
Lane
down,
Lynch
but are they going to put it where he dove for or where his knee came down? They say his knee came down at the 43-yard line. So shy of the first down, but still a nice gain, making it second and short.
Again, Lynch ran a little hitch route. Hall did a nice job with pressure in his face coming off the boundary, putting it to the outside number, allowing Lynch to turn up the field, get a few extra yards.
Ends up being second down and 4. Pickett comes in motion. Handoff to Acton. Acton barreling ahead. He's at the 35-30. He turns the corner to the outside. Still going to the 20, to the 10, trying to get to the pylon, and he does. Owen Acton, what a run. 43-yard rumble to the end zone, and it's 27-0 Fountain Central.
Fountain Central ran a little isolation, ISO draw play off the jet sweep motion. Again, just an excellent run. Owen Acton's having a career night for a sophomore, really showing excellent burst, ability to make cuts down the field, and is able to put the ball in the end zone again.
So Fountain Central, on their opening drive, they had an interception, and then after that, they have scored on every drive since then. And I think they were trying to make sure they had the appropriate amount of players on the field. Didn't have that at first. I also don't think they reset the play clock. That's what the referee with the white cap was saying. Chirinos for the point after. Snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is blocked, though. Attica had been close all night getting through to try to block a kick. And that time they do get through. It's Ashton Squirrett, big number 75 on your screen there. He just was able to zip through there and block that ball. So it's 27-0 Fountain Central. Attica gets the ball back here, and this is okay. I know it's not ideal being down 27-0, but this could be a positive thing to build upon here, Dale, if you're Attica.
Well, I think anytime you're in a situation that Attica's in, struggling with numbers, with the pandemic, as a coach, you want to build on anything positive that you can get. Great pressure up the middle. They were able to get the block. We always said every point counts. And so you never know. A block here in the situation could be enough to give them a spark to go forward. It was good to see Chirinos was able to get back in there and kick. It'll be interesting to see if he can get back in there on offense again.
Also, yes, if you're just joining us for the Mustangs, Brian Chirinos, who scored 2 touchdowns earlier in this game, did get banged up on a special teams play, but he was helped up and was able to get off the field with some help from the medical staff. But now he's back on there to do kickoffs. And he kicks this one off from the 40-yard line. And that one goes through the hands of Black into the end zone. I think he's upset with himself that he was unable to get that, but
touchback on a Chirinos
gotten a whole lot out of it anyway. So first and 10 from the 20 for Attica. Tonight's game brought to you by Wintech, powered by Tipmont. We believe building relationships turns our passion for technology into solutions that help you reach your potential today, tomorrow, and in the future. To see our residential services and business solutions, visit wintech.com. Time winding down here in the second quarter, about 5 minutes to play. And yes, the score does not favor you at all if you are Attica, but see if they can try to put something positive together here before halftime. Zach Black on the carry from the 20, first and 10, not much. To the 22-yard line, gain of 2, second down and 8 for the Mustangs there on the tackle, Luke Foxworthy.
Again, Fountain Central just controlling the line of scrimmage. Attica's having a hard time getting any push with their players up front. Again, this could be a sign of potentially a little fatigue. on their part. You're just not seeing the Attica offensive linemen really moving their feet, keeping their positions here in terms of their pad level, and they're really struggling right now up front.
Zach Black was the quarterback 3 weeks ago in the opening loss to Riverton Park. Now he's the running back, and Britt is the quarterback. Britt does have a 17-yard scramble for a first down here. This time he flings it out to Black. Black, they give him the 26-yard line.
Black on the reception.
So that is a
Tackled
gain
by Foxworthy,
of
assisted
about
by
5, and it is third
Pickett.
down and 5. There's head coach Theron Schmidt, the head coach for Attica. Of course, loves this place, graduated from Attica.
Yeah.
Attica did go 5-4 last season, 5-3 rather, to ensure that would be their 14th straight season where they did not have a losing season. So this is a program that has a lot of pride. Third and short. Britt trying to get something going here on a hard count, and he might have done just that as a flag comes in. Looks like this might be offsides on Fountain Central.
It's definitely,
Flag
with the motion for the first player into the backfield, then the second player. They're definitely trying to work the freeze play, try and get Fountain Central to jump. Fountain Central had jumped once earlier, and they didn't get the call, so they get their first down of the night.
And it does happen to come by way of penalty. But again, I don't think they're going to be complaining too much about how they get it at this point.
I'm sorry, that was their second first down of the night. But now they've got 1st and 10, so now they've got some momentum going here. Let's see if they can move the football down the field.
We're nearing the end of the first half, and Attica will get the ball to begin the third quarter. Britt going downfield, ball got tipped into the air, incomplete, and that makes it 2nd down and 10. And Isaac Gaylor upset with himself. He's saying, man, I should have had an interception there.
You can see Britt's inexperience as a quarterback right there. They're running a 4 vertical concept, and he stared his receiver down all the way down the field. If he would have looked right, moved the safety to his right, he had the opposite receiver in the seam, running wide open. That's unfortunate. This is Britt's first game as a quarterback.
From the wing tee, and it looks like his ball is out. Black loses it in mid-carry, and it looks like Fountain Central has fallen on it. Referees coming over, they whistle it down, and they say Fountain Central football.
Trying to fake the jet sweep and then come back with the trap up inside. That was probably one of the better blocking plays that Attica has had all night. They actually had a seam there for Black to run through, but again, the inexperience of Britt at quarterback wasn't able to get a clean handoff to Black, and the ball was put on the ground, and now Fountain Central's got a great opportunity to get another score here before halftime.
Caven Brown, credit him, the defensive lineman for Fountain Central, recovering that fumble. Now they take over at the Attica 31 with about 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. Hall, back to pass, fires towards the end zone. Wide open catch made by Lynch for the touchdown, 31-yard strike. And it's 33-0 Fountain Central. Lane Lynch with a touchdown reception.
So Fountain Central went empty right there, but they ran that same post-wheel combination. This time they found the post route wide open. Definitely a blown coverage by Attica, and Fountain Central's really starting to put it on them.
What do you do after a turnover? When your defense forces a turnover, you go right back for the deep strike, and that's exactly what Fountain Central did. They line up to go for 2 here with Pickett and Acton in the game. Also, they have brought in for some extra power running back Dawson Blue. They give it to Acton. Acton motors his way forward, and he converts the 2-point conversion. And it is all Fountain Central in this one as they now lead it 35-0. Back in a moment on the ISC Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And, of course, we do the incredibly creatively and appropriately named Query and Schultz program every Monday on ISC Sports Network. Derek, it airs at what time?
7:30.
Okay, every Monday at 7:30. We're now on season number 2, and if history tells us anything, catch us now because you never know when they pull the plug on it.
Why would you say that?
Because it's happened
That's not going to happen here. Comcast, Xfinity 81, ISCSportsNetwork.com, ISC Sports Network, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, so many places to watch Query and Schultz, 7:30 on Monday.
Have you heard? Titmont and Wintech have joined forces to build a stunningly fast fiber optic internet service with no data caps and the best customer service from a company you know and trust. Sign up today and follow our progress at join.wintech.com.
35-0 Fountain Central. 4:48 to play in the second quarter. So the mercy rule in Indiana is if you reach the 35-point threshold where you lead by 35 points or more, it is a running clock from that point on unless the team that is behind can get within 35. And Attica just continues to struggle. They're fighting hard, doing all they can. Their first game in about a month, only 20 players on the roster. They've been dealing with COVID and all kinds of other problems. Fountain Central came into this game after a tough loss last week, but they have really bounced back strong after losing to Covington 48-12. And also for Fountain Central, the first time they have scored more than 30 points in a game this season, as Chirinos has the ball on the tee at the 40. Did bang up his knee earlier tonight, but was able to walk off under his own power. And he booms it away. Black bounces it to him, and he's thinking, hey, I had a chance to run that out. But the referee says, nope, you were just inside the end zone, so it is considered a touchback.
Attica will take
so first and 10 for Attica from their own 20.
You know, it's a situation here now where I'm sure the Attica coaching staff is saying this to their players on the sideline. Just focus on this next play. Don't think about the scoreboard. Don't worry about anything. Just play it one play at a time.
And like you have said, they've only had 2 first downs in this game. One was that 17-yard scramble by Britt. The other was by way of a penalty. Britt sends Galloway in motion. Handoff to Black. And Black is buried at the 19-yard line for a loss of 1, 2nd and 11.
Again, trying to run a little inside zone play. Just nothing there for Attica up
Black
front, Fountain Central. And
Thompson
it sounds like I
Garrett.
just keep repeating myself, but it's so true. They're just really dominating the line of scrimmage right now. There just isn't any room for Black at all to get any yards at this point.
By the way, Lane Lynch, his first touchdown reception of the season for Fountain Central on that last drive. Britt hands it off to Dane Goris. Goris breaking loose. He's at the 40. He's coming up near midfield, gets hit. Ball comes out at the end. Was he down, though? Referees say he was not down. It is another fumble. That is recovered by Fountain Central. This time, Austin Pickett comes over to recover the fumble.
The ball loose for a fumble,
Dawson
recovered
Blue
by the
did
Mustangs.
a great job in pursuit there with the tomahawk chop. That's what we call it, where you come over the top of the shoulder, try and chop the ball out as you're making the tackle. Tremendous play there to force the turnover and give Fountain Central a chance to get another score here before halftime. And, you know, that's tough when you finally get a big play, you get a positive play, and then you turn the ball over. But that's a freshman. He's going to have to learn how to protect the football.
Unbelievable. Right as Goris started making a big play, he's already got an interception on defense. He gets the longest play from scrimmage for the night, then fumbles at the end. Back to work goes Fountain Central. Dawson Blue, who forced the fumble, breaking loose, and he will score. Dawson Blue forces the fumble on defense, gets the carry on the very next play, and runs it to the house for a touchdown.
Back at the
How
45-yard
perfect
line.
is that? You force the fumble with the big tomahawk chop, and then coach gives you the ball, and you get a big run in here for a score. Put your team up 41-0 here right before half. Tremendous run.
Call
And
will be
it's
a
coming
hold
back.
against Fountain Central.
Still a great play, but it's
Remain
coming
first
back,
down,
holding on Fountain
about
Central.
15 to go.
You could again see that the domination in the line of scrimmage, but potentially that was why there was a hold there that allowed him to break free. So that's a good break for Attica. Let's see if they can capitalize that, keep Fountain Central out of the end zone here, and get in to halftime without giving up a score off that turnover.
All right, from the spot of the foul, it's at the 45-yard line of Attica now, 1st and 15 for the Mustangs. See if Attica can build on that. Chirinos back in the game in the slot right. They give it to him. Chirinos trying to get away from Rice. He cannot. Bowden Rice rides him out of bounds at the 45-yard line. So a lot of east-west running there, all for no gain, 2nd and 15.
A little trickeration there by Fountain
carry.
Central. So they attempted the
Brought
tap
down for
pass
no gain, bring up
and then handed the ball back on
second down.
a reverse. And Attica did a really good job getting penetration, smelled it out, and made the play for a little gain.
Inside 3 minutes to play in the second quarter. Attica does have timeouts to use if they want to. Hall trying to set something up. It is a screen to Acton. Flag down. He's at the 50, 45, and pushed out by Rice at the 41. I think some Fountain Central folks think that might be excessive contact, but got to see what the flag back near the line of scrimmage is about first.
I'm going to assume the way the umpire dropped the flag, it's got to be a hold of some sort. Although on a screen, I don't know why you'd be holding somebody, but it definitely looks like they're coming back with it.
Also, typically in a situation where a screen happens, you might see an ineligible man downfield. That also could be a possibility.
I think usually the ineligible downfield gets called by one of the linesmen. Normally that's not something the umpire is going to look for, although he could have. But again, I'm thinking there must have been either a hold or potentially a block. Oh, they are calling an eligible receiver.
Well, how about that?
I think you're right. I saw that was a signal he made.
Yep, you got.
Oh,
one.
you got me. I got one earlier. You got me on that.
Flag is
We've
for
both
an
been
ineligible
kind of
receiver
Tony Romo in this
downfield on
podcast.
Mustangs.
Both been. Oh, I don't know. I mean, I don't think I could predict what'll happen next, but I think I might be able to diagnose what can happen after it happens.
But that was a good call. Attica was bringing pressure in that situation. You're in a second
down
and
for the
long
Mustangs.
situation. Dial up the screen pass, and unfortunately,
About 20
they
yards
just
to
got. My guess is Acton must have gotten across the line of scrimmage with the blockers going. He didn't catch that ball behind the line of scrimmage.
So now it's 2nd and 20 after that 5-yard penalty. Fountain Central at their own 41. Hall with pressure coming from Rice, heaves it down the field, and because of that pressure, he underthrew it a little bit. Incomplete. 3rd and 20. Jared McCarthy diving
Brings
out
up
to try to
third
get
down
it,
for the Mustangs.
but could not.
Yeah, Attica brought a 6-man pressure there, trying to just pull out all the stops here, trying to keep Fountain Central out of the end zone. Pressure worked. Hall had to get rid of it early. Got an incompletion, and it's 3rd and long.
Hall's like, what are you guys doing? Go out there. Go out and line up. Pickets in the slot right. Acton gets the ball carry this time. 45 out near midfield, trying to get that penalty yardage back as he dives to the 48-yard line, picking up 11 yards, but still well short of the first down. It is 4th and 9. Fountain Central might be punting in this situation, but you never know.
Yeah, it's hard when you're in 3rd and a mile. You don't have a lot of play calls on your card for those types of situations. So they still have 4th and 10 here. So we'll see what they decide to do, punt it or go for it.
Well, I'm not seeing any sign of the punting unit unless Hall decides to maybe pooch punt it here at the Attica 49. So Hall gears up, fires it deep down the field, and it's intercepted. Hall picked off for the 2nd time tonight. This time it is Bradley Britt. So from one quarterback to the other, Britt makes the interception on defense and gives his team one last chance here with time winding down in the second quarter.
Well, in that situation, trying to take a shot down the field, at worst, if they do pick it off, it is it acts as a punt, but it looks like we're going to have a penalty here of some sort.
The flag came in late. Fountain Central players pointing the direction of Attica.
Call is ineligible receiver downfield on the Mustangs. Declined by the Ramblers.
Referees sorting this one out. Our head referee tonight, Rob Couch. Yep. An eligible man downfield.
Attica will take over
Right
about
you were
the
again, Dale.
24-yard line where they have
in that
first and 10.
situation, as a player, you want to make an interception and you like that. But if he bats the ball down, then they're going to get the ball with the incompletion back, with 20 more yards of field position. I know it's tough to always think about those things, but that's probably a coaching point they're going to make to them when they look at the film on this game.
Yep. So it's 1st and 10 for Attica with 2:25 to play in the second quarter from their own 23-yard line. Handoff to Black. Black turns left and is run out of bounds at the 28-yard line. So a pickup of 5, 2nd and 5. Of course, running out of bounds helps stop the clock.
Yeah, Black did a nice job reading the block of the left tackle, bouncing it outside, and had the wherewithal to get out of bounds to stop the clock to give Attica, a shot here to get the ball down the field, maybe get some points before halftime.
And again, Attica just does not have a whole lot in the passing game. They're already on their second quarterback this season. It was Black, now it was Britt. Britt with the inside give, and Fountain Central was not fooled at all by it. Emmanuel Baradas came over to take down the ball carrier at that time, Rice, and it's a big loss, and that makes it 3rd down and long.
Yeah, Baradas was not fooled at all by the fake handoff. He was sitting right there waiting for the underneath counter play and made a nice tackle for loss on that, putting Attica in a 3rd and long.
Looks like it's a loss of 5, negating that previous gain of 5 yards. So it's 3rd and 11. Britt in trouble. Baradas chasing him again. Tries to scamper out of it. He was able to get out of it once tonight, but not this time. As Chirinos and Eli Thompson come over to knock him down just slightly beyond the line of scrimmage, well short of the 1st down. 4th down for Attica.
Again, great pressure up front by Fountain Central. Britt did a good job just to try and get some positive yards out of this. Depending on what they decide to do here on 4th down, looks like they're gonna go for it. So and again, you're down 35-0. You got nothing to lose here.
You don't. 4th down and 8 after that 3-yard pickup. Britt trying the hard count. Goris comes in motion. Whistle, timeout, Attica.
Yeah, you have to see that once. You got me one time when they run those both backs in motion. I'm sure that the Fountain Central coaching staff was like, we see that again, don't jump. They're going to try and freeze you, try and draw you off. So good job by Fountain Central that time, not giving up the penalty there, forcing Attica to call a timeout. Now we'll see what they're going to do here on 4th down.
All right, along with Dale Carlson, I'm John Herrick. Dale, you've been on this side of the equation many times as a coach. And sometimes you've been in the driver's seat where your team's been up 35, but when you're down 35, you may not be worrying as much about the score. It's just probably the next play and trying to find a way to get something positive going. So if you're Attica, what do you have to develop and try to improve upon as you go throughout the course of this game?
And I'm sure they're going to do this at halftime when they get in, have some time to sit down and talk to the players. It's about just getting them not to look at the scoreboard, getting them to focus on the task at hand, execute your assignment, execute the next play, and then go on to the next one, and the next one, and the next one. And that's a difficult thing to do, but that's what you have to do. You have to use this as a teachable moment with your team and get them to understand that we really don't want to look at the scoreboard until the game's over.
Well, they did line up at least like they were going to go for it offensively. Now they are putting Black back to punt it away. Britt was lined up under center, remember, before the timeout. Now he's lined up away from center in the slot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is.
So Black to boom it away. He does, but didn't quite get the distance he wanted on this one. But he gets a favorable bounce as it takes an Attica bounce inside the 40 to the 38-yard line.
Looked like Fountain Central there was not trying to turn the ball over or anything here late in second half, I didn't think they had a punt returner back there, so let's just let the ball bounce, let Attica down it, and we'll see if they decide to try and score here, just run the half out.
That is a 36-yard punt by Zach Black. No return.
Yeah. All right.
But Fountain Central gets it from their own 38 with very little time left in this one in the first half of play. About a minute remaining. Acton gets the carry and maybe got a yard to the 39. That's all they're spotting. So gain of 1 in on the stop for Attica. Ashton Squirrick,
carry by
so second down and 9.
Nice job by Ashton Squirrick coming over the top on the outside zone play and holding Fountain Central just to a yard on that play. Not quite sure who called timeout here.
Looks like Fountain Central did their last timeout of the half. And maybe some folks at home might be wondering, are they trying to pour it on here? Well, I don't think it's about pouring it on. I think it's just about finding a way to get your guys some experience and trying to fine-tune some details because, I mean, with COVID and you never know how things go, you don't know how many of these games you're going to get. You want to try to be as refined and polished as possible here.
Yeah, as an opposing coach, and you said, and I have been on both sides of games like this where we've been up big or we've been down big, especially when you start 2 college programs from scratch. You're going to take it in the chin early. But I never really worried about what other coaches were doing. Now, if that's 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter and they're doing that, that's one thing. But, you're in the first half of the game. You're trying to get your kids to play hard. You're trying to put a score on the board here.
Second down and 9. Chirinos in motion. The pitch to Chirinos. He gets around Black. Black then holds on. Looks like Black might lose him, but then he stays with him and allows his teammates to come in and help him out. But then a flag comes in.
On the play.
We're going to have a face mask there. It might be on Black. They really read that little tap pass, here very well. Fountain Central's obviously run that twice for touchdowns, both to Chirinos, but they sniffed it out. Unfortunately, they're going to have a 15-yard penalty with the face mask.
Looks like the referee talking to head coach Ryan Hall about what that penalty was about. Let's see. I mean, Fountain Central's backing up.
I thought I saw the umpire point towards the Attica. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Yep.
Flag is for a personal
because
foul.
I thought you were right, and I was like, they're backing up here. That's a little strange.
Gives the Mustangs a first down.
Probably just didn't quite know what the call was at that point, so they were just hanging in there to see what was gonna happen.
Moves the ball to the 48-yard line of Attica. About 45 seconds left in the half. Fountain Central has been hitting big plays all over the field, trying to hit one more. It is Hall going down the field this time, and right as I say that, Lane Lynch, right on cue, catches his second touchdown pass of the night, 48 yards away, and Fountain Central now leads 41-0.
Again, Fountain Central went with the all vertical concept there, and it was hard to see. It looked like the corner. I don't know if he was trying to play. We call it midpoint, where you get in between the inside vertical and the outside vertical, but unfortunately he let Fountain Central receiver get in behind him. We got another big play and another touchdown for Fountain Central.
Chirinos on for the extra point. Hall is the holder.
Chirinos in to attempt the extra point.
You typically see that in small school football, and that's definitely the case here in Class A. Snap is a little bit high, but Hall gets it down. Chirinos, perfect on the extra point. It has been all Fountain Central from the beginning, and they lead it now 42-0. Running clock will begin in the second half.
Yeah, Chirinos really is all over the field. He's playing receiver. He's kicking off. He's doing, the field goal and extra point duties. And, last couple series he's been lining up there as a stand-up defensive end. So, very good athlete, player for Fountain Central, and he's really made a presence tonight.
What has to be the mindset here for Attica?
Again, it's about let's finish the half. Let's get in. Let's talk about what we need to do in the second half. And I know, again, I said this earlier, but you just got to play the next play. Just keep going to the next play. Now, that's easier said than done, but as a coach, you're trying to use this as a teachable moment to say we've got to focus on what's in front of us and not worry what's behind us. We can't change the past. All we can do is focus on what we have to do.
Some other scores in the WRC conference to report. South Vermilion
Chirinos
14,
is saying we
Sullivan
need a football
35
here.
In the
Fountain
second
Central
quarter.
Next week, another conference battle for them. They play Seeger. That would be a home matchup. Attica plays their first home game of the season next week. Also a conference matchup. They'll play North Vermilion, and then the week after that they will play the Covington squad that beat Fountain Central pretty handily last week. Chirinos has everything teed up and ready to go. The 2-yard, a 2-play scoring drive, and he just squibs this one over to the right side. Picked up by Britt. Britt stays on his feet out to the 36-yard line, so a short kickoff. I would imagine at this point Chirinos' leg is probably getting tired.
I probably didn't want to risk anything of a big return here, although Attica struggled a little bit in the kick return game. But situation here, half's running down, kicking on the ground. Maybe you do get a cheap one off a mishandle there, but you prevent the big play for sure.
1st and 10.
Getting close to the locker room. Halftime approaching, and not much doing on that play. It's 1st and 10. Now it's 2nd down and 11 after that handoff to Black.
Black run the quick trap play up inside, and just no running room at all for Black. Here's as the clock winds down, and we finish the first half.
Yeah, just like I think they wanted to get one more play before the end of that half, and it's been all Fountain Central. We'll have our halftime show coming up for you when we return in just a moment. You're watching high school football on the ISC Sports Network.
WinTech, powered by Tipmont, is building the future in Linden and New Richmond. We offer 3 easy and affordable packages with superior reliability, customer service, and unlimited usage. Order service today and get free installation at join.wintech.com. WinTech, powered by Tipmont, is building the future in Battleground. We offer 3 easy and affordable packages with superior reliability, customer service, and no data caps. Get a free Roku when you sign up today at join.wintech.com.
Defining Looks is a full-service wig and hair salon. We offer shampoo, cut, color, and styling for wigs and hair. Whether your situation is medical or cosmetic, our goal is to help you every step of the way in this emotional process. Let Defining Looks help you create your signature look. Schedule a consultation at defininglooks.com. Defining Looks, located on Sagamore Parkway North, next to Home Depot.
Hi, I'm Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And, of course, we do the incredibly creatively and appropriately named Query and Schultz program every Monday on ISC Sports Network. Derek, it airs at what time?
7:30.
Okay, every Monday at 7:30. We're now on season number 2, and if history tells us anything, catch us now because you never know when they pull the plug on it.
Why would you say that?
Because it's happened
That's not going
before.
to happen here. Comcast, Xfinity 81, ISCSportsNetwork.com, ISC Sports Network, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, so many places to watch Query and Schultz, 7:30 on Monday.
Have you heard? Tipmont and WinTech have joined forces to build a stunningly fast fiber optic internet service with no data caps and the best customer service from a company you know and trust. Sign up today and follow our progress at join.wintech.com.
Power. We all want it. We all need it. It not only lights our homes, but it drives our businesses. It strengthens our communities. It empowers us to make our own decisions. Today, we're giving power to more than 22,000 members. We're a homegrown, locally based cooperative that does something the big electric companies won't: give safe, affordable, and reliable power to rural communities. We're Tipmont REMC, and our members have the power.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
The theme for the floats this year is Disney movies. Our first float tonight
It is
our junior
homecoming
high
night at Fountain Central,
junior high
and the
class
Mustangs
sponsor
enjoying
is
every
Mrs.
bit
Baldwin.
of this, as you can probably
Junior
tell.
high students chose Pirates
love
of
the
the
theme there,
Caribbean.
Raid the Ramblers, and it's definitely been working out. The Attica Red Ramblers struggling tonight. Again, this is just their second game back
Is
from
that Jack
just
Sparrow
dealing
out
with all
there?
kinds of COVID issues. They only had 20 players come out for the team, but Fountain Central, they're coming off a season where they
Our
went
second
1-6
float tonight is our
a year
freshman
ago
float.
and lost
The
in the
freshman
sectional
class
round, but they've
sponsors
bounced
are
back.
Mr.
They're 2-2
Garbison
so
and
far
Mrs.
this season,
Froese.
well on their
They
way
have
to win
chosen
number 3,
up.
along with Dale Carlson and the rest of our fantastic crew on the ISC Sports Network. I'm John Herrick. Thank you so much for joining us on another great Friday night for football in the great state of Indiana. Dale, let's talk about First Fountain
Our
Central
third
and
float
everything
tonight
they
is
are
our
doing
sophomore float.
right in this one. They've had a couple interceptions,
this
a
year
couple of
are
penalties,
Mrs.
but aside
Acton
from that,
and Mrs. Miller.
running game looks great.
The
Defense has
sophomore
played
chose
well. What do you make
Star
of the way
Wars.
they've played collectively?
Well, again, you look at from just the season.
May
I
the
mean, they're a
force
pretty
be
balanced
with the
team, running the
Mustangs.
football, passing the football, and they've really tried, I think, to maintain that balance. Now they've had some
Next,
very
we have
explosive
our
passing
junior
plays
float.
tonight.
The junior
But
class
they've really
homecoming float
dominated
sponsors are
on the
Mrs.
line of
Pyle,
scrimmage.
Mrs.
Owen
Depew,
Acton has
and Mrs.
really having a
Yeager.
a
The
football
junior
game
class
for
chose
himself.
Alice in
He
Wonderland.
must
It
have
looks like
close
they're
to
having a tea
200
party.
yards rushing. At least it seems that way. But they're hitting on all cylinders. They're doing everything
Last
right
but
now,
not least,
and
the class
really
of
having a great evening.
2022's
So you look at
float.
how it started.
The
Dane
senior
Boris got
class
an interception for
sponsors are
Attica
Mrs. Duncan,
to begin the game.
Mrs.
Attica's going to get the ball to start the
Foxworthy,
third
and
quarter,
Mrs.
but they'll be
Yeager.
dealing with a running
The
clock
senior
down
class
by more
have
than 35
selected
points.
Toy
And
Story.
Goris also had a big run later in the game, and then he had the ball stripped from
Let's
him,
give her a
and it was
nice round
fumbled.
of applause
That was when he
this
was getting
year's
over
homecoming
30 yards,
floats.
and then
The
right when
kids
you
and
looked like Attica
sponsors
thought they were
have
going
put
to
a
get some
lot of work
momentum,
into
back
these
comes
awesome floats.
Fountain Central. It hasn't been all negative for Attica, though. It's their first game in almost a month, and they've been doing some things right. What do you think they've been doing
Now
right
for
that they
the
can build upon?
Well, obviously
King
they
and
were able
queen
to get
candidates in the court.
Goris free on that
Driving
little
around the track
counter
now
play
are
where
the
he did get
21
the
fall
yardage. It
homecoming
was unfortunate
attendants.
that
The freshman
that he had
attendants
the
are Madison
tomahawk
Morgan
chop play
and Gabe
took the
McCullum
football away from
riding in
him.
a black
But I think in
97
this
Corvette.
situation for Attica. And again, what they're talking
The
about
sophomore
at the
attendants are
halftime
Kendall
is, when we're out here
Everly and
playing, we
Noah
got a chance to
Armstrong,
play the game we
riding
love
in
to
a
play.
Jeep
It's
driven
not
by
going the way that we
Carson
want it to
Everly.
go. But from a player perspective, they're showing up. They're playing hard every
The
play.
junior
They're giving it
attendants
everything they
are
have. And as a
Victoria
coach,
Lindley
that's about
and
all you can
Isaac
ask from your
Keeman,
team, no matter what the
riding
score
in
is
a red
to play as
Corvette
hard as you
driven by
can
Chuck
on every
Davenport.
play. And then we'll talk about what we did right, what we did wrong. Tomorrow when we look at the video.
And for Fountain Central, they have a lot
The
of
first
players
set of
back
senior class
from last year's
attendants
team.
are Lillian
That chemistry
Fisherall and
has really
Seth
paved the
Martin,
way so
riding
far.
in a red
They did have an early season loss to
2021
Southmont in
C8
non-conference play,
driven by
but since
Dylan
then they've
Eagle.
scored more than 20 points in 2 of their last 3 games before losing to Covington last week. Their offense
next
has really
pair of
gotten
senior
back
class
on track.
attendants
Yes, their
are
defense
Chloe
has
Golia
forced some
and
turnovers
Jared
as well.
McCarthy,
But
riding in a
what is it about their
1968
offense right now that has
Ford
everything
Mustang
clicking at this
driven
point?
by
Well,
Carl
it all starts up front, and again, the old offensive line coach in me is like, if you can control the line of scrimmage from an offensive perspective, keep the opposing defense off your quarterback when he wants
The
to
next
throw,
couple of
and
senior
create
class
those running
attendants
lanes.
are
We're going to have a
Jersey
chance to score a lot of points, have a big night, and
and
that's
Jacob
exactly what's
Harshbarger,
happening for
riding
Fountain
in a
Central here
dune
tonight.
buggy driven
So
by
after that
Tom
3-and-out by
Fisherall.
Attica to start the game, Fountain Central got the ball. They scored on a 12-yard pass from Brian Chirinos from A.J. Hall. on a 9-play, 69-yard scoring drive. That made it 7-0. Austin Pickett hit a 43-yard touchdown run that made it 14-0. Chirinos again would score on a 6-yard pass from Hall. That made it 21-0. Owen Acton, you mentioned the big night he's having. He had a 43-yard touchdown run that made it 28-0. And then after that, how about Lane Lynch? I mean, getting involved here. He didn't have a touchdown pass before this game, and here he has 2 touchdown receptions for Fountain Central. So they're just getting everybody involved here tonight.
Yeah, and really both the touchdown plays were very well designed by Fountain Central. One on a low post wheel combination that they'd hit the wheel route earlier, and then just off the last one on the 4 vertical routes, really put Attica's corner in a bind. He was trying to play both the inside slot receiver and the outside go route and that midpoint technique, and unfortunately just couldn't make the play. So that's a big night for that young man as well, to get those 2 long touchdown receptions.
And for Attica, I think they can probably build off of their. They've made some pretty good defensive plays in this game. Yes, of course, they're just way behind the 8 ball against a better Fountain Central team, but they have forced 2 interceptions, and it looks like that toss play that we have seen Fountain Central run to the inside. It looks like Attica is starting to pick up on that. Do you think right now it might be just reforming and improving that technique for them?
Yeah, I think. And I think it's just okay, we've played a half of football. We haven't done it for 3 weeks. Fountain Central came out and was pretty physical, took it to us right away. We've had a chance to regroup. Again, with all the players going both ways, it's hard to make a ton of adjustments. So now this is the time, and I always felt, in small school, high school football, in this situation, this is where your coaches really get to do their coaching, is at halftime. So it'll be interesting to see what Attica's coaching staff comes up with to make some adjustments. But they were able to get some negative yardage plays here late in the second half. And so hopefully they can use that as a momentum builder to move forward here in the final 24 minutes of tonight's game.
He's Dale Carlson. I'm John Herrick. Thank you for joining us. It is the ISC Sports Network Friday night high school football on the air. 42-0 is the score in this one. In a battle of Wabash River Conference teams, and Fountain Central looking to go above 500, trying to get to 3-2. Attica, just their second game of the season, on their way to falling to 0-2 unless a miracle can happen here. But it's great to have you with us. We're going to have more with our halftime show coming up in just a moment. We'll try to tell you what's going on across the state of Indiana with other scores from other games across the state, and we'll try to get you some other Wabash River Conference scores as well. Much more to come from our halftime show when we come back in just a moment. You're watching high school football on the ISC Sports Network.
WinTech, powered by Tipmont, is building the future in Linden and New Richmond. We offer 3 easy and affordable packages with superior reliability, customer service, and unlimited usage. Order service today and get free installation at join.wintech.com. WinTech, powered by Tipmont, is building the future in Battleground. We offer 3 easy and affordable packages with superior reliability, customer service, and no data caps. Get a free Roku when you sign up today at join.wintech.com.
Defining Looks is a full-service wig and hair salon. We offer shampoo, cut, color, and styling for wigs and hair. Whether your situation is medical or cosmetic, our goal is to help you every step of the way in this emotional process. Let Defining Looks help you create your signature look. Schedule a consultation at defininglooks.com. Defining Looks, located on Sagamore Parkway North, next to Home Depot.
Hi, I'm Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And, of course, we do the incredibly creatively and appropriately named Query and Schultz program every Monday on ISC Sports Network. Derek, it airs at what time?
7:30.
Okay, every Monday at 7:30. We're now on season number 2, and if history tells us anything, catch us now, because you never know when they pull the plug on it.
Why would you say that?
Because it's happened
That's not going to happen here. Comcast, Xfinity 81, ISCSportsNetwork.com, ISC Sports Network, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, so many places to watch. Query and Schultz, 7:30 on Monday.
Have you heard? Tipmont and WinTech have joined forces to build a stunningly fast fiber optic internet service with no data caps and the best customer service from a company you know and trust. Sign up today and follow our progress at join.wintech.com.
Power. We all want it. We all need it. It not only lights our homes, but it drives our businesses. It strengthens our communities. It empowers us to make our own decisions. Today, we're giving power to more than 22,000 members. We're a homegrown, locally based cooperative that does something the big electric companies won't: give safe, affordable, and reliable power to rural communities. We're Tipmont REMC, and our members have the power.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Halftime here at Fountain Central, where the Fountain Central Mustangs lead Attica 42-0. Early on in conference play for both of these teams. A couple other of halftime scores that we were able to pick up. New Palestine leads Pendleton Heights 28-3. Big game around Hamilton County. Westfield leads Hamilton Southeastern by a score of 21-14 at the half. We'll try to get you as many scores as we can throughout the night. Also at the half of this one, Covenant Christian leads Tinley by a score of 35-13. John Neighbors for Covenant Christian has 4 rushing touchdowns in that one. Also,
ladies and gentlemen,
looks like Cecina is trailing Heritage Christian 20-0. So those are just some of the other scores that we have for you around the state. Just want to get your quick thoughts here along with Dale Carlson. I'm John Herrick. Dale, you've seen Pendleton Heights play earlier this year. New Palestine traditionally strong. I know they've had some hiccups early in the season, but boy, they look great tonight.
Oh, Pendleton Heights is impressive, both at the quarterback and the running back spot. Very powerful team running the football. But when you have a quarterback who's a dual threat that can run and pass, that makes them a very tough team. And the night that I saw them was the Newcastle game 2 weeks ago. Newcastle almost beat them. I think Pendleton's got some really good football players, and obviously they got to play 4 quarters, against New Palestine, and that's always the thing you want to look at with the great teams. It was like last 2 weeks with Center Grove, being in close games with both Carmel and Ben Davis, and they were able to pull it out in the fourth quarter. That's what championship teams do. So you can't. If I'm Pendleton Heights, you can't take your foot off the gas. You got to put it out there because New Palestine, definitely has that pedigree to come back in the fourth quarter.
Also looking at Westfield up 21-14 on Hamilton Southeastern. I think what's got that game's attention for a lot of people is the fact that both these teams pretty evenly matched, and at the half, Westfield's up 7. So should be a great second half in that game.
Yeah, of course, I've got a little personal thing with that. Ike Sturgis, who's the defensive coordinator for Westfield, played linebacker for us at Tri-State. Ike was from Lebanon High School. Was a very good football coach. He was a head coach. I can't remember which high school it was here somewhere in the area, and then moved over to Westfield as a defensive coordinator. And obviously they've had a lot of success in the last couple of years. So good game. Of course, I'm a little prejudiced in that one. With the personal connection. So go Westfield.
Oh, I love it. This is also a special night, as you saw on the homecoming screen there. For the screen there at Fountain Central, it's homecoming for them. You got to try. What's been kind of hard, I think, for a lot of these schools with the pandemic causing all kinds of issues last year, and of course still causing issues this year. You have to try to move homecoming up maybe earlier than you would have liked to, or in some cases you have to do senior night as early as possible. And so these kids from Fountain Central getting able to enjoy their homecoming festivities here tonight. And, of course, it always helps, too, that the home team is playing really well, too, on the field.
Yeah, you want to do that. You want to keep your alumni happy, but you also want to have, the great opportunity for both the young men and the young women to be a part of homecoming, to have that experience, something that could easily be missed, along with so many other things with the pandemic. So it's good to see, Fountain Central, having their homecoming, and obviously from their perspective, it's a great night for them with the lead that they have right now over Attica.
So Warren Central, Ben Davis, another big game tonight on the ISC Sports Network. Fishers and Brownsburg is another game that is big as well. Brownsburg leading that game at Fishers 10-7. So that's another contest to watch out for as well.
I have the envelope.
Zionsville has a 20-10 lead on Noblesville. So Park Tudor also leads over the Nighthawks of Cincinnati Country Day. So Park Tudor playing a team from the Cincinnati area and having no trouble with them, 41-0. So anything else about those scores that I just mentioned to you, Dale, stand out to you?
I think Zionsville, of course, with the great run they had last year, is I don't want to say struggled a little bit this year, but they're kind of trying to find their consistency. Warren Central, Ben Davis, again, huge rivalry. Great games in their history going way back. So you just never know how one of those games is going to play out with that. And then Park Tudor going out of state to play a team from the football-rich Cincinnati area and to have that big of a lead.
Congratulations, Jersey.
Is a good night for them.
Oh, it's a big moment here. Homecoming king and homecoming queen.
There we go.
She's going to love looking back at that picture later on her phone.
Yeah, maybe that picture will be in the yearbook. What do you think?
Yep, I think it will. As the homecoming king and queen are announced. Do you remember a special night about your homecoming at high school?
I was playing, so we didn't.
You're in the locker room and all.
I was in the locker room, so I wasn't part of the court or anything, nor would I have wanted to have been.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's always interesting. A buddy of mine was crowned homecoming king in high school. He still has his crown. So I wonder if this young man's going to keep his crown and she's going to keep her crown. But that, all these pictures being taken, they're great memories, and you're gonna have those, for the rest of your life. You're going to be keeping those memories for sure. So homecoming at Fountain Central, big night here for the Fountain Central Mustangs, up 42-0, and lots of seniors on this team, both of these teams, but especially for Fountain Central. It's just the matchup is just so heavily in favor of them for so many reasons, but I think one of the big reasons why they just have more upperclassmen, and which also means they have more experience, and I think that's why what you're seeing be the difference in the ballgame.
Right, and I think you're also seeing a team as you mentioned that was 1-9 last year. They've already now doubled that, and probably obviously are going to be on to their third win of the season. So for those seniors that have stuck with the program and have gone through some lean years, who knows? This could be a catalyst for them to have not only maybe a winning season, but potentially a run into the into the playoffs as well. So good for them to have a night like they're having on their homecoming in front of their alums, and to be out to 42-0 lead here going into the third quarter.
And really a tough spot for Attica, because after tonight they only have 2 home games left. They have to play North Vermilion at home next week and Covington at home the week after that. So one of those 2 nights is going to be senior nights for them. So they've got to make sure that they honor those seniors, and it's just before you know it, I mean, the high school regular season, for football, it's almost unfair how fast it goes. It feels like we just start, and then before you know it, the playoffs are starting.
No doubt. We used to talk about that, whether it's high school where you get guaranteed 9 games or, small colleges, 10 or 11, whatever it is. You say, basketball gets to play twice a week, maybe 3 times a week. Baseball gets to play 4 times a week. You only get 9 opportunities. You want to try and make the most, of those opportunities. And then, unfortunately, you get in a situation that Attica is in, dealing with low numbers, dealing with the pandemic. Yet it's a very proud program. It's got great history, and there's no doubt that they're going to bounce back. at some point. Tonight's going to be a long haul for them to do that. But again, from a coaching perspective, you talk about focus on the next play, focus on the things that I can control, and hopefully they can build on this as they get into the next few weeks and finish out the season.
All right. Today's game brought to you by Wintech, powered by Tipmont, and it belongs to Fountain Central right now. They lead 42-0. We'll take one more timeout. When we come back, second half action from Mustang Field on the ISC Sports Network.
Wintech, powered by Tipmont, is building the future in Linden and New Richmond. We offer 3 easy and affordable packages with superior reliability, customer service, and unlimited usage. Order service today and get free installation at join.wintech.com. Wintech, powered by Tipmont, is building the future in Battleground. We offer 3 easy and affordable packages with superior reliability, customer service, and no data caps. Get a free Roku when you sign up today at join.wintech.com.
Defining Looks is a full-service wig and hair salon. We offer shampoo, cut, color, and styling for wigs and hair. Whether your situation is medical or cosmetic, our goal is to help you every step of the way in this emotional process. Let Defining Looks help you create your signature look. Schedule a consultation at defininglooks.com. Defining Looks, located on Sagamore Parkway North, next to Home Depot.
Hi, I'm Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And of course, we do the incredibly creatively and appropriately named Query and Schultz program every Monday on ISC Sports Network. Derek, it airs at what time?
7:30.
Okay, every Monday at 7:30. We're now on season number 2, and if history tells us anything, catch us now because you never know when they pull the plug on it.
Why would you say that?
Because it's happened
That's not going
before.
to happen here. Comcast, Xfinity 81, ISCSportsNetwork.com, ISC Sports Network, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, so many places to watch Query and Schultz, 7:30 on Monday.
Have you heard? Tipmont and Wintech have joined forces to build a stunningly fast fiber optic internet service with no data caps and the best customer service from a company you know and trust. Sign up today and follow our progress at join.wintech.com.
Power. We all want it. We all need it. It not only lights our homes, but it drives our businesses. It strengthens our communities. It empowers us to make our own decisions. Today, we're giving power to more than 22,000 members. We're a homegrown, locally based cooperative that does something the big electric companies won't: give safe, affordable, and reliable power to rural communities. We're Tipmont REMC, and our members have the power.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
But I was going to buy new the Samsung. But
Moments away from starting the second half from Mustang Field. Attica will get the ball to begin the third quarter, and as you can probably tell by that score, a running clock will be implemented. Along with Dale Carlson, I'm John Herrick. Thank you so much for joining us on the ISC Sports Network. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Wintech, powered by Tipmont. And it is on the ISC Sports Network, where local lives here. Be sure if you missed this game or you just maybe want to see it again after tonight, you can definitely do that by going to our website, iscsportsnetwork.org, or you can download the ISC Sports Network app and watch many of the games for free. I believe a yearly subscription to the ISC Sports Network is $50, and I believe it's $9.99 a month. So you get a little bit more bang for your buck if you get the yearly subscription. And there's a lot of great content on the app going back years. And there's also some really good documentaries too that you can watch, including one of my favorites, which is for Cloverdale head coach Pat Rady, who was there for a long time. That was one of my favorite documentaries to watch. But you can see a lot of good stuff there on the ISC Sports Network. So not really quite sure what's going on here. but they backed it up to the 25-yard line. I'm not sure if there was an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty assessed during halftime or if there was some sort of, I don't know.
You know, I saw we were on the screen. I saw the referee throw his flag, and I was wondering why did he throw his flag. But I don't know if they took extra time at halftime and didn't inform both schools because of homecoming, and so Fountain Central got penalized for that.
Maybe. No, that's definitely unusual. I can't say I've seen that coming out of halftime. So Britt ends up fielding this kickoff from Chirinos, runs it back, and because of that penalty, Attica gets really good field position out of this. They're starting from their own 45-yard line as they try to put their first scoring drive of the night together, 1st and 10.
Britt almost broke that. He had one Fountain Central tackler to beat, and it was a good thing that the tackle was made, or he had some more space out in front of him, maybe even a touchdown.
Penalty is holding against the Red
Fountain
Ramblers.
Central looking for their first sectional championship this year, by the way, for the first time since 2017, and another flag is down. This must have come at the end of the play, very late.
You know, it looked like the last block there on the edge might have been a block in the back.
There you go.
And that's where it was. I thought it was, and then I didn't see the flag
Attica
come out
will
right
take
away,
over
but
on their own
evidently somebody
30-yard line,
in the striped
1st
shirt
and 10.
saw it and threw the flag.
Okay. And the penalty happened, I guess, at the 30, so it's 10 yards from the spot of the foul. So Attica has to start, instead of starting at the 45, they have to start from their own 30. Hand off to Black. Black breaking off one tackle and motors his way out to the 38-yard line, picking up 8. 2nd down and 2.
Nice run on the inside zone play. Boy, talk about Chirinos, though. This time he was lined up as a stand-up defensive tackle. Whatever is 5'9", 160 pounds of him. But it's interesting seeing him down there in the defensive line right now for Fountain Central.
These two teams have played each other 46 times coming in, so this is the 47th time in the last 35 years. Fountain Central has won 28 of those meetings. Handoff to Black, nowhere to go this time. He loses yardage, and I think he might have lost the ball, too.
I think they're calling him down.
Okay. Referee pointing down
Black
at the ground.
tackled in the backfield by Foxworthy and Thompson.
So luckily for them, Attica does keep possession. Tackle made at the end there by Eli Thompson, and then Thompson shows good sportsmanship helping up Black.
Great, again, penetration by Fountain Central up front, able to not only create a negative yardage play, but also almost get the ball back on the turnover.
And somehow, Attica was fortunate to not lose yardage on that. 3rd and 2. Britt goes under center, hands it off to Black. Black trying to get a little bit of daylight, does. 1st down and hit down just shy of the 45-yard line at the 44. Chirinos in on the tackle again. But that's a gain of 6 and a 1st down for Attica.
Really nice job by Black, Zach Black, keeping his legs pumping. He got hit in the backfield, was able to run through an arm tackle by a Fountain Central player and get enough yards to get the 1st down. It looks like Attica's offensive line's coming off the ball a little bit better here in the 3rd quarter. Hopefully they can keep that up here for the 2nd half.
Bowden Rice coming back into the game. Britt rolling, in trouble, gets out of it, flag down, still going, and escapes to the 48-yard line. So it's a gain of 4. Chirinos pulls him down from behind, but we'll see what the flag's about.
Flag on the play.
Bradley Britt, again, showing his athleticism, able to escape out of what looked like a sure sack. I'm not sure if they called face mask there or what the call was. The penalty definitely came in the direction of Britt. There may have been a holding call up in there too. I guess we'll just have to see what the official gives us.
That's also not a good sign for Attica because Britt is holding his left hand.
And he's a two-way player for him too, so that'd be tough if they lose him.
And it is a face mask against Fountain Central. 15 yards from the spot of the foul, so it goes from the 48 of Attica to the 37-yard line of Fountain Central.
It's the best field position for Attica tonight. Let's see if they can capitalize on the field position and maybe punch in a score here.
I mean, everything's been either a 3-and-out or a turnover, except for one other drive for Attica where they did have the ball for 6 plays. And this is the 5th play of the drive for them. Handoff, this time to Hayden Galloway. Galloway trying to turn to the edge and gets knocked down at the 36-yard line. Does gain about 2. Foxworthy, the first man there for Fountain Central, 2nd and 8.
Galloway, a little jet sweep play. Garrett for Fountain Central did a nice job, though. He didn't make the tackle, but he was able to string out the Attica running back, and the rest of the troops were ready to rally and held him to about a 1.5-yard, 2-yard gain.
Black is the deep back. Britt with a clean pocket, fires into double coverage, incomplete. Looking for Bowden Rice, but several guys there for Fountain Central. Isaac Gaylor with good coverage, as well as Lane Lynch.
You know, Attica kept either two players in to provide some protection for Britt, as he's really been pressured all night when he's tried to pass. Tried to throw one up, and unfortunately Rice couldn't come down with the throw even into the double coverage.
3rd down and 8. Galloway goes in motion. Handoff to Black. Black is tripped up immediately. And knifing in to make the play, Luke Foxworthy. Been all over the place defensively, no gain, so it's 4th and 8.
Brings up 4th
Tried to
down.
fake that jet sweep again, run the inside trap to Black. I'm sure they're hoping they could pick up, a few more yards in this to make it a 4th and manageable. They really have no choice but to go for it in this situation.
Black is in there, so is Galloway, as well as Dane Goris, the freshman. One of just 4 freshmen on this varsity roster. Britt dumps it to Black. Nice move by Black. 35-30, still going, 1st down, as he's pulled down from behind at the 26-yard line by Dawson Blue, but that is enough for a 1st down for Attica.
Britt showed some pretty good composure there on that roll-up pass. He had pressure. He was looking downfield trying to potentially get the big play, and then just dropped it off to Zach Black. And Black did a nice job making first defender miss out in open space, and was able to get the 1st down, keep the drive going.
It's pretty clear for Attica going forward. Black and Britt are the 2 guys they're going to be building around.
No doubt. I mean, and if I'm Fountain Central, my eyes are going to be on 22 for sure, wherever he goes.
He is lined up behind Britt. Rice goes in motion, the give goes to Rice on the jet sweep. Tries to continue to sweep left, stays in bounds, and then finally shoved out. Looks like based on where they're running to, they're giving him the 1st down. How about that run by Bowden Rice?
Again, Bowden Rice on the jet sweep does a nice job. Fountain Central strung it out pretty well. Had an opportunity to make a tackle for about a 1-yard gain, and Rice ran right through the arm tackle and was able to pick up 13, 14 yards, get a 1st down, and give Attica really their first scoring opportunity tonight.
They're giving him the 13-yard line, so that is a gain of 13 yards for Attica. And a fresh set of downs to work with. And Britt, I think, might have bobbled the snap, so he just realized, I got to hold on to this ball. I think that might have been a design jet sweep going the other way, but nothing doing there. And sniffing it out perfectly, Eli Thompson for no gain, 2nd and 10.
They had a miscue earlier in the game. Britt did, trying to force a handoff in, whether he bobbled it or somebody wasn't in the right spot. That's a maturing thing for the first-time quarterback for Attica, to realize that he had no place to go with the football, keep it, get what I can get, and maintain possession of the ball.
Clock is running. They're about at the 8-minute mark of the 3rd quarter. Britt slings it. Ball got batted up in the air at the line of scrimmage. And incomplete makes it 3rd and 10.
Falls incomplete, brings up 3rd down.
It's a shame
for the
that
Ramblers.
Britt couldn't get that football up. The Fountain Central defensive linemen did a great job getting their hands up because Dane Goris was actually wide open for the hitch route there and didn't have anybody near him. Could have been a chance to get that first down or maybe get the ball in the end zone.
And Thompson was the one who got his hand up and deflected it. And we have a whistle. And Attica is calling their first timeout of the second half.
Timeout, Attica.
Tonight's broadcast brought to you in part by Defining Looks Wig, Hair, and Nail Salon, where they can assist you with a wig for your hair loss needs due to COVID-19 or any medical conditions such as cancer or age-related thinning hair. They're also certified in toppers, wigs for kids and children with hair loss. Find them at defininglooks.com or on Facebook and Instagram. Okay, well, score not where you want to be right now, Dale, if you're Attica, but this drive has really been impressive. Just full of grit, determination. They're not giving up. And here they are in the red zone, and really it's 3rd down. You know they're going for it on 4th down if they don't get this 3rd down. So what have you liked most about this drive they put together?
You know, I think what we're seeing here is ability both by Bo Rice on the last the jet sweep play, and then Zach Black breaking arm tackles, keeping their legs pumping, ability then to pick up extra yardage, get a first down when it's needed. And I think that's been critical. Attica's been in a couple of situations here. They had to have a first down. They were able to get it. Now they also were aided by a Fountain Central penalty, but there's nothing wrong with that. Fountain Central's got to play and got to execute. And so far, you know, they're not playing as we saw them play in the first half.
3rd down and 10. And going out wide to the, line at least, is Rice. In motion comes Galloway. Galloway gets the carry. He turns it upfield, then gets nothing. And the ball comes out, and Fountain Central's got it. It's Chirinos. Chirinos taking off with it the other way, and he is brought down at the 47-yard line. How about Brian Chirinos, who has done it all tonight? Offense, defense, and special teams, and here it's on the defensive side of the ball.
I'm not so sure that Chirinos didn't get that ball popped out and just kind of caught it in midair, mid-stride. Again, Chirinos all over the place, just making big plays everywhere in the special teams, and he did a really nice job protecting the football. Zach Black tried the tomahawk chop to try and get that football out. Chirinos did a great job protecting it. Fountain Central has the ball back for their first drive here. Almost at midfield here to start their first drive of the second half.
Man, it's just like, my goodness, what has Brian Chirinos not done tonight? He has scored 2 touchdowns offensively. He has kicked through 6 extra points. He's been the kickoff man. He's had a few touchbacks, and then he forces a fumble and knocks the ball out of Galloway's hands and runs it back to the 47-yard line, setting up his offense with great field position. And now you just wonder how long we'll see the starters here for Fountain Central. And Acton gets the carry. Acton blasting ahead to the 50, and down he goes at the 49-yard line.
Just a little simple inside zone play. Acton did a nice job, again, himself here, keeping his legs pumping, breaking through some arm tackles to take what could have been a 1 or 2 yard gain, made it into about a 5-yard gain, 4.5, 5.
Yep, and it's 2nd and 6 after that carry. Wide to the right goes Zach Guerin. They've also brought in Jared McCarthy. Wide to the left, Chirinos is in the slot left, and there he goes in motion. Hall calls his own number and gets walloped. Nowhere to go. And Ashton Squirick, senior defensive lineman, who's made several key plays tonight and on the tackle, but we'll see what the flag is about.
So on the second down call there, went with some motion and a quarterback outside zone play. Not sure what they're talking about in terms of the penalty. Obviously, Hall's trying to plead his case on something in there. They're going to have a stoppage clock here give a time to sort this all out.
Well, they just signaled at least unsportsmanlike
The
conduct
flag is
penalty
for a
on
personal
Fountain
foul.
Central.
Unsportsmanlike
Don't know,
conduct
because Hall was
against the
talking to the
Mustangs.
officials. Did he say something there? Of course, we don't know, but it certainly looked like he was pleading something there in terms of the call.
Well, I'm sure he probably didn't like the way he was tackled, which probably led to him saying something to Squirrick.
To be able can't read lips.
Yep. So that will back them up. They're right near midfield, so I would think that would push them back to their own 35, somewhere probably around their own 36, I would think. Or okay.
Sometimes that's the issue when you have a big lead coming out at halftime, and as we talked about before, Fountain Central, has struggled over the last the last few years, and we've got a big lead, and instead of keeping our focus now and playing it one play at a time, not looking at the scoreboard, we think, we're up 42-0. This is going to be an easy second half, and while Attica did turn the football over, they did drive it down. Had a nice drive going, and now you've got a big penalty that's going to put Fountain Central in third and a long ways.
And with the running clock, that has taken us to the fourth quarter. So we'll be back to start the fourth quarter in just a moment on the ISC Sports Network.
WinTech, powered by Tipmont, is building the future in Linden and New Richmond. We offer 3 easy and affordable packages with superior reliability, customer service, and unlimited usage. Order service today and get free installation at join.wintech.com. WinTech, powered by Tipmont, is building the future in Battleground. We offer 3 easy and affordable packages with superior reliability, customer service, and no data caps. Get a free Roku when you sign up today at join.wintech.com.
Defining Looks is a full-service wig and hair salon. We offer shampoo, cut, color, and styling for wigs and hair. Whether your situation is medical or cosmetic, our goal is to help you every step of the way in this emotional process. Let Defining Looks help you create your signature look. Schedule a consultation at defininglooks.com. Defining Looks, located on Sagamore Parkway North, next to Home Depot.
Hi, I'm Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And, of course, we do the incredibly creatively and appropriately named Query and Schultz program every Monday on ISC Sports Network. Derek, it airs at what time?
7:30.
Okay, every Monday at 7:30. We're now on season number 2, and if history tells us anything, catch us now because you never know when they pull the plug on it.
Why would you say that?
Because it's happened
That's not going
before.
to happen here. Comcast, Xfinity 81, ISCSportsNetwork.com, ISC Sports Network, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, so many places to watch Query and Schultz, 7:30 on Monday.
And we pick the action back up here in the fourth quarter, and it's 4th and 12. Fountain Central to kick it away. Gage Von Hook, who puts out a nice punt. And it gets down at the 8-yard line.
Acton's punt is down at about
That
the
was
8-yard line.
let's see, a punt here of 56 yards, no return.
Fountain Central lined up potentially, I think, as we came in from the break, to look like they might go for it. So Attica had their defense on the field, didn't have anybody back to return the punt.
Attica takes over
did a great
first and
job.
10
Fountain Central
on
did get
their
the
own
ball put into
8-yard line after the
inside the
punt.
10-yard line. Attica's got a long ways to go here to start the fourth quarter.
And it is a running clock, so as per the rule from the IHSAA, that's why that you're wondering, watching at home, why that third quarter went so fast. That is why. Zach Black gets the carry, doesn't get much, and after starting from their own 8, was able to move ahead to about the 15-yard line. So good
Zach
job
Garrett
by
on the
him,
tackle.
getting 7 yards and a gain of 7. Second down and 3.
Again, Black really keeping those feet or legs pumping, trying to get some extra yards after contact, which, again, considering they haven't played for 3 weeks and he's playing both ways, it's pretty impressive that he's got this much stamina here in the fourth quarter.
Again, just not much to work with for Attica. This is just their second game of the season. They've had a lot of COVID difficulties and a lot of guys out because of contact tracing and quarantine as that pitch comes to Black again. He is shy of the first down, tackled on the run there by Zach Guerin, 3rd and short.
Yeah, not a lot of room there in the toss sweep. Again, they tried to Attica put Black in motion right before the snap, trying to get leverage on the defensive end, but Fountain Central did a great job rallying and holding him to no gain.
Britt on 3rd down and 4. Fakes the pitch to Galloway. Gets to the outside. Going to depend on the spot and where he ran out of bounds. And the officials appear to be giving him the first down. They say he's down at the 19.
Bradley Britt showing his athleticism there, faking the pitch, keeping the football off tackle. Was able to get to the edge and use his speed to get the first down.
Again, even if you run out of bounds and the clock is winding by 30, if one team's leading by 35 points or more, then the clock moves automatically. 9 minutes and counting left in the 4th. Attica just trying to put something together here, trying to get on the scoreboard before the game ends. Rice on the carry. 30, 35, 40. Rice still going out near midfield. It depends on where he stepped out of bounds. Either way, they give him the first down, and they're
Rice
spotting
the
it at the 49. So that's a 30-yard run by the sophomore running back.
Well, Rice has had a couple of nice runs here off the jet sweep here in the second half. Attica doing a much better job sealing the edge, allowing Rice to get outside there, pick up the big gain, and putting him in a decent field position here at almost midfield.
In the game now for Attica is Dane Goris. Goris lining up wide to the left. Handoff to Black. Black with running room. 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. He may go inside the 10, and Black to the house. Zach Black gets Attica on the board here in the 4th quarter.
The Ramblers.
Just a little inside trap play where Black bounced it then to the outside, and again, talked about this earlier, tremendous stamina playing both ways here on a warm evening, and you could see he just ran past the Fountain Central defenders. That's got to be a great shot in the arm for Attica, and a very, very nice run by Zach Black.
Zach Black with a 51-yard touchdown run. And Black is on for the extra point attempt. Britt is the holder. Again, it's not uncommon in Class A football to see your quarterback also be the holder. Snap is good. The hold is good. The kick by Black is perfect. Attica not going to be shut out tonight. 42-7. They get on the board here in the 4th quarter with a running clock. But still, good effort by them to not give up. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Wintech, powered by Tipmont. We believe building relationships turns our passion for technology into solutions that help you reach your potential today, tomorrow, and in the future. To see our residential services and business solutions, visit wintech.com.
It's nice to see Attica get both plays on offense and defense here in the second half. And I'm sure that's what they talked about at halftime, is let's line up. Let's execute our offense. Let's execute our defense. Just keep playing. Go to the next play, and let's finish out this game with us making some plays and not being all about Fountain Central.
Don't forget, Mustang fans, tomorrow, girls golf sectional is at Harrison Hills Golf Course in Attica.
Also another big game. We got you some scores earlier in the broadcast. Another one, Carmel with the lead over Lawrence North. They lead 37-14.
Black set to kick off for Attica.
Had Lawrence North, Lawrence Central on the air on the ISC Sports Network earlier this season. And now Bradley Britt standing next to Black. Black doing the kickoff, and he tries an onside kick, which is bobbled. Fall down to get it. Looks like Britt fell down on the ball. I think Attica may have, no, they don't. Okay, it looked like he might have had a good opportunity to get it. It was Luke Foxworthy who came up and got it. Foxworthy's been big all night on defense, Dale, and he makes a nice play here on special teams.
Yes, he did. And Fountain Central did not have the hands team out there expecting an onside kick. That was a great call by Attica to attempt the onside kick, and it almost worked out. They almost got it.
Isaac Heeman.
First and 10 for Fountain Central. They are at their own 41-yard line. On their way to a 3-2 record, reaching the midway point of the high school football season tonight. And looks like we have a new quarterback in the game for Fountain Central. That is Jacob Kraut, a freshman. And Kraut hands the ball off to Dawson Blue, who's gotten some work at running back tonight as a sophomore, so he gets the carry. Small gain there, second down.
Yeah, Austin Squires is really having a nice second half here. He got the tackle for loss there. Really did a great job coming off the ball, beat his blocker, and made the tackle for a 3-yard loss.
Yep. Kraut takes the snap and hands it off to Waylon Frazee, another sophomore running back, and this time he fumbles the football and gets smashed down from behind. So that's another lost yardage play for Fountain Central to make it 3rd down and long.
Almost was a fumble here, and Fountain Central was able to get it back. I think you're seeing potentially some of those not a lot of practice reps between quarterback and the running back here, causing the ball to be put on the ground. Lucky for Fountain Central, they got it back.
And it's a loss of 3 to the 35, so it is 3rd down and 15. Might have been some movement, I think. Kraut gets the high snap and hands this one off to Hudson, or Caden Garrett, rather, and Garrett had nowhere to go. So another play with yardage lost. And out comes the punting unit.
I think we're seeing again now that Fountain Central's had some substitutions in there, just maybe guys not getting a lot of reps. Fountain Central has been in some, besides last week's Covington game, some closer score games. Now that the starters are out sitting down, timing those things are a little off for Fountain Central right now.
Hall's back out there. Owen Acton will be punting it away, and he booms it with the high spiral. Bounces at the 40 and is downed at the 31-yard line by Isaac Gaylor. So that ends up being a 38-yard punt, no return for Fountain Central.
Ball was touched
but again,
by Fountain
Attica,
Central
even though the clock is running, they do have a chance here to maybe put
Ramblers
together
will take
another
over
scoring
1st and
drive
10.
by the time the game ends.
Yeah, I imagine it's going to be Zach Black again getting the football, mixing in some of those jet sweep plays that they've had some success with here in the second half.
Galloway in motion, hand off Black. Black trying to turn it upfield, got to the 40-yard line, picking up 3, makes it 2nd down and 7.
That was the same run that Black had for the touchdown in the last series, and Fountain Central this time reacted a lot better to it. Was able to make the play for a 3-yard gain.
I'm pretty impressed with the resolve that Attica has shown. I mean, it's not easy to go into the locker room down 42-0 and then come out, but they have done that, knowing that they want to build upon what they're doing here. As Galloway came in motion and ending up getting the carry this time is Rice, and Rice stepped out of bounds somewhere along the way, but still had a very nice run to the 32-yard line of Fountain Central. That is a gain of 28 yards, a 1st down.
Attica offensive line is doing a nice job here, being able to seal the edge, allowing Rice to get outside on these jet sweep plays, and that's been now 2 long runs that he's had here in the second half.
Wide to the right goes Dane Goris. Inside handoff to Rice. Rice loves the outside, uses it again to the 25-yard line.
Rice
That's a gain of
carry,
7, second down and 3. Pushed out by Hudson Young, and mostly backups in the game now for Fountain Central. A lot of freshmen and sophomores out there.
Attica's definitely found something here, running to their left, to Rice on the jet sweeps. Imagine that they might try and come back inside to Black here at some point.
Rice on the end of the line, right side. Black is behind him. Galloway goes to the right side. Galloway finds daylight, and Galloway scores for Attica. What a run there by Hayden Galloway. 25 yards on the scamper. It's 42-13.
It's just sweep to the right. And again, Attica is able to control the line of scrimmage, pin the defensive end. They get great blocks downfield by their wide receivers, and next thing you know, you're in the end zone. You've got another score here in the fourth quarter.
Black on for the extra point. Snap good, hold good, kick though low, and a line drive that
extra point
misses left.
Is no good.
Still though, Attica with another score. Fountain Central gets the ball back
Attica
when we
13.
Come back on the ISC Sports Network.
Have you heard? Titmont and Wintech have joined forces to build a stunningly fast fiber optic internet service with no data caps and the best customer service from a company you know and trust. Sign up today and follow our progress at join.wintech.com.
Power. We all want it. We all need it. It not only lights our homes, but it drives our businesses. It strengthens our communities. It empowers us to make our own decisions. Today, we're giving power to more than 22,000 members. We're a homegrown, locally based cooperative that does something the big electric companies won't: give safe, affordable, and reliable power to rural communities. We're Titmont REMC, and our members have the power.
Tonight's game is being broadcasted by the ISC Sports Network.
About a minute left on the clock here, the running clock that is, and right as we came back from break, well, the game ended. And a nice moment there from Coach Hall, and Coach Hall gets dumped with Gatorade for Fountain Central. So they go on to win this one 42-13, and that's a big moment for Ryan Hall. You know, he's had his struggles along his career for Fountain Central. His 10th career win at Fountain Central and his 45th win all time. Sure, he's not loving the idea of getting soaked on a regular season game, but hey, it's homecoming, and why not celebrate every win you can get at this time of year? So good for Coach Hall. Glad to see the players love him.
Good for Coach Hall. Good for the seniors to get a win on homecoming night for them. Get their record up to 3-2, so now they're on the plus side as they go forward, trying to fight for a conference championship potentially, and obviously hopefully make a little bit of a run come playoff time.
Yeah, they go to 3-2. They will have Seeger next week. Attica drops to 0-2. They will be at home to play North Vermilion. Along with Dale Carlson, I'm John Herrick. Thank you so much for joining us on the ISC Sports Network. Cards were stacked against Attica going into that second half, Dale. But really, they did an outstanding job of sticking with their game plan, and I think really was impressed tonight with their quarterback, A.J. Hall, and what he was able to do. It looks like that spread multiple look is kind of the offense that you see a lot of high schools use now. What do you make of the way they used that offense tonight and those two running backs they have?
Well, and I think you're right. The spread is.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits